The Leaving Today podcast, the show about the news, history, and attractions of the Disneyland Resort.
Well, come on, Wendy. Let's go.
But where are we going?
To Neverland.
Neverland.
Well, hello, and hello. Welcome to the Leaving Today podcast, episode number 107. Thank you so much for joining us this evening, this afternoon, this morning. However you're listening to us and whenever you're listening to us, thank you. You are most welcome here. If this is your first time, you will find the waters warm and that we get along very, very well here.
I don't really want warm. I'd prefer cool.
Ooh,
It's too
cool.
hot outside.
And if you are a repeat listener, welcome home. My name is Mark, one of the co-hosts here, and there are still a million things I have not done. I'm sorry, Jess, what happened? Sitting to my left is the game changer herself, Jess.
That was so good.
Thank you.
I miss that show so much.
I was just listening to the soundtrack this week, and I was like,
There's a million
hey,
things I haven't done.
you guys were supposed to go this week, right?
Tuesday.
This coming up Tuesday.
Yeah.
No, last Tuesday.
Oh, Udi would have changed your life.
I know Jess FaceTimed me the other day, like, we would be through intermission right now.
I FaceTimed and I was like, we would be intermission, Hamilton, right now.
Right.
I probably
And
would
I
have been
would
on my
be
eighth
tanked
drink to get through it.
And
Yeah.
not, you wouldn't, no, you don't
No.
need a beverage. to
No,
get
you
through.
would have loved.
I would have just been matching you one for one.
Listen, I'm helpless, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
I know.
And I am satisfied.
Anyways.
More drink.
The other voice to you're hearing is the Trailmaster Puppets, Udi.
Hi.
Hi. All right. So
Good evening.
Sorry if this is our first time. We don't usually start off like this, but anyways, this is how we are tonight. Okay, so we have a very special episode again tonight. Tonight we're talking with DizGeek host and founder Daniel Hale. And then we have 101, and then we were going to do the news, but not much going on with the news. So we have a couple other things going on with that.
I can sum up the news if you want real quick.
Oh, sure.
COVID-19. Over.
Okay.
Okay.
That's it. So, yeah. There's still a 45-minute wait for a Peter Pan's fight.
Crazy.
I know.
Wild.
I know, it's wild. Okay, so if you want to support the show, you can go to leavingtodaypodcast.com, click on the Patreon link, and support. We've got a $1 tier, $3 tier, and a $5 tier. And for that, you get to be on our show, and we send special content to you guys. And it's been a minute since we've done it, but we'll do it. Sometimes Udi does live park stuff, and sometimes I rant on about
They'd
something.
be really negative right now. I
They would
mean,
be.
really. I may have to do one.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Go ahead. If you want to buy a shirt, go to the same site, leavingtodaypodcast.com, go on shirts and find our selection there, or go to tpublic.com and enter Leaving Today Podcast. What else is going on? Shopping on Amazon. Oh,
LTP 20 off your very first purchase. Come on, Mark.
that's a little old school reference right there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hey, it still works.
I think it does. Anyway, what else is there? Oh, if you guys want to shop on Amazon and help us out a little bit, click on Leaving Today Podcast and click on the Amazon logo through our site, and we all get a little kickback. Everything helps. Hope you guys are doing well. We are in the first quarter of just ending the first quarter of 2020. Disneyland Park is closed. It's been closed since mid-April. And we are trying to comprehend everything and go through that. But we are not going to get down on anything. We're going to go through it and try to make your day a little bit better over here. Okay, so tonight's opening question is, what do you guys think of the Robin Hood remake movie film?
It's all Udi.
Why me?
Because you're trying to take pictures of me, and I know better.
And plus, you're like the movie guy of the show.
All right. Well, okay. The argument has been going for a while about do they keep on doing them? Should they not do them? Blah, 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 blah. And I've been very much of the guy like, well, I'll take them if they're good. Now, mind you, Robin Hood, though, may push me in the wrong direction.
Oh, yes. Sorry.
Now, let me go back, because I don't know if I've ever shared it, but Robin Hood has a special little, I mean, not quite Beauty and the Beast level, but it has, Robin Hood is one of those ones, along with Jungle Book and the Aristocats, that as a child really, really, really in my head stick out. I watched that animation Robin Hood a lot. I enjoy it. And then when I had the chance to watch it on Disney Plus, I'm like, oh my God, yeah.
It's a great movie.
I love it.
It's a fantastic movie. And I might watch it after y'all leave.
No, we're going to watch it instead of Frozen.
No, we're watching Frozen. Oh, Mark, by the way, Udi's going to watch Frozen too
only
tonight.
only because she said she's going to get me drunk.
Okay.
But
I'm
anyway,
already working on it.
Yeah. But anyway, so that being said, this one I may kind of go like, I don't know. I'm very, very, very apprehensive. They did Lady and the Tramp, and I haven't watched it because Lady and the Tramp to me was like, in the beginning. Jess doesn't like it. She's watched it. She didn't like it. I watched Aladdin, enjoyed it. Beauty and the Beast, I really enjoyed. There are a few. Jungle Book was okay. So you can go up and down. Lion King, I liked it. It was okay.
It wasn't bad, but
It wasn't good either. Like, it was like, okay.
I didn't watch Aladdin. I still haven't seen Aladdin.
Okay, Aladdin, I'll go there. Don't, as long as you can realize, don't make Robin Williams genie. You got to take him out.
Nope.
Which for a lot of people can't do
you
it.
Can't do it.
And I can't argue. But overall the movie was okay. And I enjoyed it. But anyway. But here I'm kind of like, I don't know.
And this is going direct to Disney Plus?
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm on the fence right now. Every other product like Mulan, even though now because of the Wuhan, it's been pushed back.
It has?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm ready to watch that one.
Mulan?
Yeah.
Nope.
I think
Hard pass.
I think because they're venturing now into actually doing something different than doing a copy and paste. We'll see. We'll find out. But that's the only reason why I'm really interested. We'll find out. I like those kind of movies. And, we'll find out.
Okay.
No?
No. I have nothing.
Okay.
Okay.
Because Lady and the Tramp let me down. I refused to watch Aladdin. Jungle Book was mediocre. Beauty and the Beast was fine. Lion King was fine. I don't want to continue to see them do adaptations to movies where they don't need to be done. It's not that they're good or they're bad. I just don't see the need for it. Make a new freaking movie.
Like the Jungle Cruise.
Like The Jungle Cruise.
Can't wait for that.
Make a Thunder Mountain movie. Give me a storyline. Give me a history with a backline of Thunder Mountain.
Yes. I want to see that.
Give me a Matterhorn movie. What?
I know.
Mic drop. Boom. Give me something that has not been done. Give me movies for attractions that have a storyline that clearly could be there. You have writers. You have people that can do it. See, this is what happens when you give me drinks and I start to have cocktails at 8:30 in the morning. By the way, it is now 7:53 p.m. Give me something that is different.
I agree.
There's no reason to rewrite just because you're lazy.
Going into a little bit deeper. That is a big problem. That is a big problem. That is a big problem
Mark.
with Hollywood. They're being lazy. I mean, that is one of the main arguments when you look at.
Well, they're not even working right now, Woody.
Well, How can they not? They write. They can be at home and write.
It's true.
No, I'm not talking about the
Saturday Night
I'm
Live
not-
did
no,
a show
they-
at home,
horrible.
but it doesn't matter. It can be. You can
No.
write from home, Udi.
My point. No, that's what I'm saying. You can write from home.
Mm-hmm.
You can do computer. You can do a lot of it from home. I'm talking about the lame actors that, and I'm air quoting celebrities. Or anyway,
You're fine.
I don't like most of them.
I know.
They think too highly of themselves, and
Like me.
this whole COVID thing has really shown that. But anyway, moving on.
Anywho.
No, but that is a big thing. Is too many people like that is my complaint with superheroes now. They're trying to rewrite a character. I'm like, no, make a new one. Just give me a new one.
It could be anything.
And
Do you know
if
how
it's
many-
good,
many
I
things
would
we
go
could
watch
do?
it. Yeah, a lot.
We got Jungle Cruise coming. We
Yes.
already have Indy, so you don't want to go there. We already have Pirates, don't want to get there. You have Haunted Mansion. You could redo that technically, but nah, can't do it. You could do a Splash Mountain movie.
Well, there already is one.
Well, yeah, but you can't see it.
You can't see it.
So you could do a Splash movie.
Yeah.
We could
You
do
could-
another haunted, another one.
That's what you just said.
Yeah.
Are you not listening?
No,
Okay, do you want a Q-tip? Clean your
No.
ears? Okay.
you're
do like
talking. I
a-
don't listen when you're talking. No,
You could do a movie on the Disneyland Railroad.
oh, we could.
You could, but
Oh, no, you could.
But you really could.
Okay.
You could do that. You could. A Matterhorn movie would be phenomenal.
Sure.
Mark is all in. Mark,
all in.
Start writing it.
Oh, I'm
You
going to-
could
I
do
should.
that. You know.
Yeah.
You could do.
You can do Explorer and then the bobsled, and then you can have Harold. I mean, think about it.
I am thinking about it.
Think about
You know what you could do?
Okay.
It just came to me.
What's that?
Hear me out. A movie based on a ride where there's like an elevator and you drop. Hear me out. Where there's these people that go up into space and they are protecting. You know, what would you call that? Like a guardian kind of thing? Something like that? Mm-hmm. And you could have like this person that hoards, like, what would you call it? Like more like a collector.
Like a collector.
Like a collector.
Yes.
That takes.
Okay.
Anyways, screw you. But there's, you could even go as far as like a Grizzly River Run ride. I mean, if
Oh,
you
that would be good. Yeah.
would be better than remaking Lady and the Tramp.
Sure.
Give me a new storyline that's going to pull me in, that's going to make you fall in love with something that you can actually go to the park and experience.
Yep.
Anyways, I'm done being
Absolutely right.
goofy and stupid.
No, it's funny you mentioned that Grizzly River Run. They could easily do a movie and inject those country bears in there.
You could.
Mm-hmm.
You could.
I mean,
Easy.
we're talking about bears, right? Right? Grizzly. Oh my god. Okay. Anyways, that's it. I guess I'm okay with the movie. I don't care really. I'll see it if it's on Disney Plus. I won't go to the theater to watch it though. Anyways,
Theaters
that's
aren't open.
well. If they were open, I wouldn't go probably.
No, I wouldn't either.
No. All right. So, anyways, I think so tonight's gonna be a cool show. I just thought now more than ever, you wanted to reach out and connect to people and let them know that the show's still going. Even though there's not a whole lot of news about Disneyland, I just wanted to make sure that listeners got a dose of us and trying to provide some entertainment and distractions in their life. To that end, we will have no news tonight, but we've got a special one-on-one and a very cool feature presentation with Daniel Hale of the Diz Geek podcast. So we had episode 106. We had a very good time listening to other people's thoughts about Disneyland stories. Well, since then, 3 more have come in, and we are going to do that now, and we're going to listen to what they have to say. So the first, we've got 3 of them. Should I just randomly tell you who
Go.
they are?
No.
Yeah.
Do them.
Okay.
Run them.
We don't want to know who they are first?
No.
Okay, let's play a game. We'll play Who Is It?
Okay, here we go.
Hey, LTP. Hopefully you guys are staying safe and staying sane during
Patrick.
the quarantine period that we're going through right now. When the question was proposed to me about when I first fell in love with the park, I had to think back during my 10 years of being a cast member. First time being in 2005, working during the 50th anniversary, and then my second and most current tenure during the 60th anniversary.
He does cut out here.
Okay.
School, attending the 30th anniversary of the theme park. Back in the day, my family never purchased annual passes at the time, so every trip to Disneyland was always a special occasion. It just wasn't an everyday thing that most current pass holders do. So, and at the time, being that young and seeing Disneyland, it kind of set the standard for all theme parks for me. So I knew then that their standard was really high and that everything was to be cherished while you were at the park, especially at that age in mid-90s when I was in middle school. Now, during my last tenure, I actually get a chance to enjoy the time there, working there, fall in love with the ins and outs of the park. But I'd have to say, going back, it was during the 30th anniversary in the mid-90s when I was in middle school when I truly fell in love with the park.
And that ends his conversation. All right, Patrick, thank you so much for sending that in.
Yeah.
Yeah, I forgot he had worked there twice.
Yeah, I forgot about that too. No, and you know what? I again, you know, we talked about it before, but you know, everybody, you have that thing where you connect, and being younger, a lot of people like leads back there or speaks to our youth. I think there's something there with that, but yeah, very cool.
Yeah, very cool. And again, thank you so much for that.
Yeah, thank you, Patrick. Haven't heard from you in a minute there, buddy.
I know, dude. What's up with that?
Yeah.
I see his pictures on Instagram. They're nice.
Him covered up.
Oh, no. He takes pictures of the hospital he works
in.
at.
I see that, but a couple of them he's been, you know.
Oh, yeah. Okay, here's our next one.
This is Laura. I've been listening to you guys since about episode 60-ish. You guys were doing the 5 up and 3 down series, I think, when I started listening, and I've gone back and listened to all the beginning episodes, and I just want to say I really love listening to this podcast. You guys really make my day, and I love listening to you guys sitting around chit-chatting. You guys are unlike any other podcast, and I appreciate you. My love for Disney goes pretty deep. I was born and raised in Southern California, and going to Disneyland was just something we did when we were little, and then we moved away. But anytime we would go back, we always made sure to go to Disneyland while we were back in California. And then in high school, we all moved back to California. And I worked at Disneyland. I actually worked at that other place, Knott's Berry Farm first, but then I worked at Disneyland from 90 to 92 as a ride operator on the West Side attractions, and that was just like the best time. I made lifelong friends working there, and of course on our day off we could just go into the park anytime we wanted. So that's what we would do. We would just spend our days off at the park, riding rides, hanging out with friends, and it just kind of became a part of me and my friends and who we were. And then as an adult, I ended up moving away from California, but same thing. Anytime I go back, I always took on to Disneyland for a visit. And now I have kids, and my kids have been 4 times, even though we live in Hawaii. We live pretty far away. Wow. We do have family still in the area, so anytime we come back, we go to Disneyland. So, and now it's completely different watching it through their eyes, seeing them learning about this park that I love and everything that there's just so magical about it. You know, the first time we went, my daughter was 1.5 years, and my boy was about 4, I guess. And we just had the best time. We had so much fun. And ever since then, every time we go to California, you know, one time we did pretend like we weren't going to go to Disneyland. We actually did our whole visit, and then we packed up, got in the car, we were leaving. We told them we had to stay in a hotel by the airport because our flight was really early in the morning, and you know, being kids, they didn't even realize we were in Anaheim. And we got to our hotel and unpacked. I got in the hotel room, and there's like a giant Mickey Mouse in the lobby, and they still didn't get it. And in the morning, we did the big reveal, and so it was like super fun just to surprise them that way. Because usually I plan, and I get them all excited. So, but I love Disneyland. I like California Adventure. I like a lot of the rides in California Adventure. A lot. I think it's really fun over there too. It's grown on me, that park. It has. And I am looking forward to it. We're coming back in October. Knock on wood. Hopefully everything's back to normal, and we're going to have a fantastic trip then too. Okay, I love you guys. Take care. Bye.
Wow. Thank you so much on that, Laura.
I love that.
I know, that's great.
We love you. We do. We're really grateful that you are supportive and you listen, and it makes me really happy.
No, and going back, yeah, it was a lot about I don't know, it's great. I mean, I don't have that option of seeing it like Mark through Child's eyes, but man, thank you for the compliment.
When you go with me.
I know, I do.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, thank you again for the compliment.
Yeah.
It is great, and I'm so glad that we're able to help. So,
Yeah, I'm so great that you found us. I mean, I'm so grateful that you found us, and I really like your story. Again, I'm envious of these Southern California people that got to go, and then you got to work on the West Side. Awesome. And
Jealous.
Yeah, and it's funny. I'm glad that you like DCA. DCA is growing on me too.
They've done a lot of work to make it better.
Yeah. I still say though that when night falls, I'd rather be across the Esplanade at Disneyland. But up until a certain point, I'm happy at DCA.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, and we're in the future we're going to be doing a story about DCA. We're going to do like our top 5 reasons why DCA is better than Disneyland, and that's going to be interesting.
That'll be fun.
Yes, that's going to be down the pipeline a little bit. But it's so good to hear your voice, Laura. Thank you so much for calling in and doing that all the way from Hawaii.
From Hawaii.
Yeah. Okay, we've got one more from another listener. We've not heard this person before. Oh, we know who this person is, but I've never heard their voice. So here we go. Yeah, who can it be? Let me turn it down a little bit because I think it comes in a little hot. All right.
What's up, LTP? Hey, this is Ken from Washington. I hope you guys are doing good, staying safe in your secret hideaways. You guys posted a thing on Instagram wanting to know when I first fell in love with the park. It was kind of pretty easy one. It was 2016. I grew up in a small construction family. My dad and grandpa pretty much were the only employees of the business, so we never really got to go. We never went to Disneyland when I was a kid. I grew up watching The Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday nights. My brother was a couple years younger than me, so he would watch the Disney afternoon, but that was about my Disney history right there. That was it until 2016. My job is a welder fabricator. So in 2016, I suffered a hand injury on the job. I broke my hand. I was compensated for the injury, so I asked my wife if she would like to take the kids to Disneyland, something that we've always tried to do. Life happens, just never happened, and we happened to have the chance to do it. So we took the kids to Disneyland. It was my kids, my mother-in-law, and my wife. And those two, my wife and mother-in-law, had been to Disneyland before, so I didn't want to be the newbie. So I wanted to do a little research before my trip and didn't want to listen to the naysayers saying that, oh, man, you're wasting your money, you're wasting your time, it's just expensive, there's crowds. I kind of wanted to get a feel for it. So that's when I ran into Living Today podcast and started listening to you guys and absorbing all your wits and your info and your advice, and kind of had a better idea what I was going to walk into. So when I actually did cross through that amazing tunnel and seen that sign, and I just can't really explain the emotions that came over me, but this is the place I want to be from here on out. I don't want to go to any other park or do anything else. It still blows my mind today that when you walk through that through that simple concrete tunnel that 20 feet behind you, there is the complicated at time world that we live in, but you're actually standing in so much peace and joy, and it just brings awe to me every time. It gives me goosebumps. I get chills every time first time I walk through that tunnel.
Same.
Oh yeah.
We try to go at least once a year from obviously 2016 till now. Sometimes we can get 2 times a year. It just depends on my son's sports schedule of how tournaments and stuff land. We were really lucky last year. We got to go 2019. We got to go 3 times that year. In fact, in December, we got to go our first time during the Christmas season.
Oh, amazing.
And that is just totally magical, just mind-blowing on how that place transforms for Christmas. That's actually when we first met Hury and Joey.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, guys. I still apologize to this day. Life happened that day and that week, and Christmas time, and trying to get stuff in, and it was just kind of a crazy time at that time. Hopefully this July we can meet up if you guys are going in July. As the kids would say, DM me and we'll get some details on when you guys might be down there. It'd be kind of cool. We'll go get a frozen jack on us, or some jet fuel or whatever you guys choose. Trader Sam's. You guys do a great podcast. Like I said in the beginning, it really helped me get an idea, a positive idea for Disneyland, and we really want to thank you guys for that. Stay safe. Let's hook up sometime and go to the park. If not, let's go catch a Giants game. Go Giants.
Yeah.
Down in the Bay Area. Take care, guys. Later.
Love it.
Wow.
Yeah, very cool.
Love it.
I know. I mean, I talked to Ken on the DM.
What's up?
Sorry.
Yeah, and
That was perfect.
Yeah, that was.
and yeah, I mean, it was kind of a bummer. I really wanted to hang out longer with him because that is it, and I didn't know he did construction, so we have that in common.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm glad. I keep on saying that. Like, we broadcast, or we not even broadcast. We send this out, and we don't ever know. We're never sure how much of an impact or whatever we're doing helping in. We're glad. I mean, I'm happy that we were able to help you through that, and yeah, I mean, I definitely want to hang out. We need to ride an attraction or two. We need to hang out, go have a drink, just chill, and hang out, and I can't wait, man. Running across you was crazy, like serendipitous, like way caught me off guard, and it was great, and too short. So it definitely we need to hook up. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Again, I just the impact of the show it boggles my mind because we do send this we cast this line out every 2 weeks, and we have no idea what we're catching. I know there's a joke in there somewhere, but it just means a lot to me. Everything. As tonight's show unfolds, you will find out that the show just really impacts people. But it means a lot to me that you took the time to find out more about the park through us, Ken. And you sound like a really cool guy, and I'd love to hang out with you at the park. All of our listeners, I want to meet these people.
I do too.
And just do stuff with them. Grab a drink or something, whatever. But I'm so glad that you love the park now, and that you kind of got what we're talking about, and it's true how everything changes as soon as you pass through under the train. I'm not sure what is the right term for that.
Trestle.
Trestle. It's a trestle, right?
Yep.
Okay, it's a train trestle. As soon as you go underneath the train trestle, it's just everything changes.
Yep.
So that's an awesome story.
Yep.
All
Fantastic.
right. Yeah. So if any of their listeners want to get in on this, please send us something. We will put it on the show.
Yep.
We'll talk about it, and
I let me just interject real quick. And I think right now with what we're going through is going to be really important. I think it's really helpful for all of us to be reminded, since we don't have the park to go to, I think it's serving as a nice little like reminder. Hey, this is why we love it, and this is what one of the many reasons that joins us all together, and then, make the community a little bit more tighter, a little bit more tight.
Yeah,
Yep.
absolutely. All right, so with that, we're going to go over to our favorite segment. It's One-on-One with Jess.
I can't wait.
To all who come to this happy place, welcome, welcome.
Welcome to 101 with Jess, where we see the magic of Disney through the eyes of a passionate guardian of Walt's legacy.
Why are you already shaking your head? This concerns me. You're shaking your head and you have absolutely no idea what's happening with life. No words. No words. All right. No words. Cool beans. Good stuff. All right. Well, let's go ahead and get started.
Mark 1.
Whatever. So, as you guys all know, we're gonna try to go back to some like normalcy here in our lives.
Do we have this
And we're
day?
gonna start with this day in Disney history, brought to you by our one and only Dan.
And then are we done with that after or no?
Yeah, after that, we're done.
Beautiful.
That's it. End of it. So we're going to go back a little bit. You guys want to take a guess at the year? Per normal?
1955.
55. Mark.
1963.
Ooh, Mark is closer. We're going back to the year I was born. 88.
Oh, okay.
Mickey Mouse and Michael Eisner appear on the cover of Time magazine. The issue features an article titled, "Do You Believe in Magic?" Do you guys believe in magic?
No.
I do.
Nope.
Do you?
No.
I mean, I believe in magic. I don't know. I believe in magic. You guys don't? I do.
I do.
I believe in magic. Let's see if we can get this going here. I have something. So, since we're talking about magic and magical.
Good evening.
Hi, Dan.
Hi.
How are you?
I am actually doing amazing.
Good. The boys are surprised. They had no idea what was going on.
Well, that's a good thing. It's always good to keep surprised.
I try. We just did our This Day in Disney History, which is, of course, brought to us by you. So I figured we would give you a ring and see how you are doing, because we have yet to have you on the show.
I am doing awesome, besides all the quarantine.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing in Colorado?
We're doing okay. It's just everybody's shut down.
Oh, yeah.
And Disney is shut down, and I have annual passes, and I can't go.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same here, Dan.
That is us. That is us right now. We just finished talking about that and the parks and when we think they're going to be open. And I know I've got some feedback on my end. It's just me.
Echo.
It's just me.
No, I can hear you.
Oh, I can hear you too. Hang on, Dan. We're going to unplug you for a second and plug it back in. Hold on. Don't go anywhere.
Okay.
I'm just going to see.
Is that better?
Oh my God! There we go.
There it is. That's it.
Yes.
Perfect. That was it. I know it's the fun technical side of the LTP.
How you doing?
Yeah, it's.
How are you doing, Dan?
I'm doing good. How are you guys doing?
You know, same as you. Quarantine life is driving me crazy.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Jess, yeah, she definitely surprised us. I'm glad you're on. I'm super glad.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm very, very happy about this. We've never heard you before, have we?
Well, we've just had him send in audio, but we've never got to have a discussion with him, which is why it was like, ooh, let's do this tonight.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It'd be great.
Well, great.
Yeah.
So
this
Dan-
was a surprise from Jess. She called me and said, hey, or texted me and said, hey, do this. Okay.
No, it's like, it's perfect. We're all quarantined and hunkered down, and so I figured, why not? So I know, Dan, you got a new job. So are you still working with your new job? Because you're with TSA now, right?
I am kind of working. Okay. We only work so many days, and then we have so many days off.
Okay.
So,
Okay.
but we're still getting paid, so which is good.
That's good.
Yes.
But yeah, it's so tiring sitting at home. I've been remodeling my house, re-landscaping, spending thousands of dollars that I shouldn't be spending. Yeah.
Yep. That's us. I mean, that's everybody. We're just you try to find projects to keep yourself busy.
Mm-hmm.
No, totally.
Yeah.
So I figured we could continue the conversation that we just had with Daniel and kind of get his input on.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when he thinks the park's going to open, when, kind of those questions.
Okay.
But do we need to go back?
Yeah, go back.
Okay.
Go back.
I'm curious. I don't know if we have the answer. If we do have had this answer, forgive me. But how did you land on us? Because I want to go back because not everybody may know you. I mean, you being an OG. But yeah, how did you land on?
They just know that my opening segment is Dan.
Like, how many people know who Dan is? And so we're gonna go. Let's go there if you don't mind. How did you find us and kind of elaborate on that? I'm curious because I don't remember hearing that.
Oh, the way I found you guys, that was easy. I was just searching for Disney podcasts, and you were literally the second podcast that popped up.
Wow.
And I was like, okay. So I gave it a listen. And, I was hooked from episode, I think I started at, episode 7. But I did go back. I listened to all the others. So, yeah. From 5 on, that was a little bit better.
Yeah.
Go figure, right?
Yeah, I just did a Google search for Disney podcasts. And, you were second, right below, I think, the Diz.
Oh.
Which,
yeah.
That's not too bad. I mean, they're a much bigger podcast, but I actually listen to you more than I listen to anybody else.
Thank you.
Wow.
Because you're more, this podcast and you guys are more open. It's not just your opinions, it's everybody's opinions that you're taking. With other podcasts, I've kind of learned that it's their opinion or no opinion. So, and I don't like that. I like the family atmosphere, and you guys are a family. You're part of my family.
Oh, geez, you're killing me with that.
You're gonna make Jess cry.
Wow, that means a lot to hear that.
Oh
Dan.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that very humbling. I every time. I mean, we've heard it, and every time it doesn't. Oh my gosh. No, that is great. I mean, we try. I think we try. We try to be. I mean, I don't know if we try is the right word, but we just be.
We just are. We're us. And I mean, right now, Dan, we're sitting in my living room. Mark and I are on the floor. Udi's on the couch.
Because I refuse to sit on the floor.
Because Udi refuses to sit on the floor. And there's, it was a frozen Jack and Coke. Now it's pretty watered down, just a whatever. And like a beer. And we're just hanging out. And we're just talking about what we love. And we love that we can do that for you guys and actually just be here and be a part of your day. And, especially through like this quarantine, we're here and we can bring that smile to everyone's faces. So
yeah. And I've actually been listening to you guys while I've been quarantined. I'll be playing a video game or something, but you guys will be in the background.
Awesome.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that means a lot. What's been your favorite part so far of our episodes?
Yeah, like what's your favorite? Like anything.
Yeah, do you have one
stuff.
that? Yeah, what is the one that maybe you have one that sticks out in your head?
Maybe there's like 10 of them he really likes.
This poor guy, we just threw him on the spot.
No, Jess.
Yeah.
You did, Jess.
Oh, no, I did this to Dan. I did this, and I am so sorry, but I'm really not because it's really fun to actually have a conversation with you after like the past 3 years.
See, you're getting
it's been a while.
Yeah, you're getting the window. This is a conversation we have off mic right now. Mark and I and Jess, we will even before we begin, hit record. We're blabbering back and forth about this and that and the other thing. Yeah.
Oh, I love it. I love it. So do you have anything that sticks out, like one of your favorite moments or anything like that? And it doesn't have to be with me, I promise.
Well, my actual favorite episodes are the ones that you went land by land.
Oh, yeah. Okay. I like that.
Because, those are the ones that I will re-listen to. Because it's, when you guys talk about it, I feel like I'm sitting inside the park. And you're going over, the ride that you like for this part or for this land. And then the ride that you like for this land, and the ones you don't like. I miss my Disneyland.
Yeah. He's right there with us.
I know, right?
That's so true. And I like that you actually, because those were the episodes where I wasn't sure if people were going to be able to like stick by them because they were so repetitive. Even though they're different lands, it was still like it was repetitive on, okay, like this ride, this ride. And it was just something that was just, there were so many bullet points, I guess, that it wasn't more of just like that natural flow that the three of us have. Those were the episodes that I was a little bit concerned about. So it's good to hear that you actually listened to those repetitively. Like,
I have listened to those, I think, maybe 4 times each.
Wow. Okay.
Wow.
Because I love them. I've made my wife listen to them. She's not a big podcast person, but I still made her listen.
Oh my goodness, that is amazing.
And you know what? So one thing that bums me out is that we were supposed to go in May, and Dan, we were supposed to meet you in May. Like I was supposed to meet you in the park and hang out with you guys there, and here we are.
Yeah, and here we are.
Here we are. I know. I was going to get to meet Dan and his wife and everybody.
Well, you didn't tell us about this.
Well, no, it was just going to be Jules, Christina, and I that were going. And
okay.
Yeah, and it happened to correlate with the time that he was going, and so I think he was getting there the night before we left or something. So it was gonna work out that we could have a day.
Yeah.
And and now everything is
here we are.
So the land by land segment.
Mark is fascinated by this. I can see the wheels turning.
No, because that was Mark's idea.
That was Mark's idea. I know. I can see the wheels turning in Mark's head.
Well, I have a lot of ideas, Dan, and I have to believe me. I have to sell it on these two a lot. There's a lot of convincing, and there's a lot of alcohol buying I have to get to these guys to get to talk to me. But I was thinking about the other day, and as I always am, is that I was realizing that people listen to us and they actually take our advice on planning, and I'm like, you guys are crazy for doing that. but it got to me thinking, like, maybe we should talk about like restaurants, like a certain restaurant in a land, and just go over the menu and go.
We should.
You can go, okay, have we been here? No, we have not. Why haven't we been here? Well, because it looks like it's too pricey.
The reasons, yeah.
And then we're gonna go over the menu and
Ooh, I would be down. It's like Udi's food blog, like.
Udi's foodie blog or something like that.
It's perfect.
Yeah. What do you think about that?
Love that.
Okay, we will.
It's approved by Dan. We're doing it. We're doing it.
It's approved by Dan.
We're doing it. I know.
Yeah, I would love that because we have eaten at almost every restaurant.
Okay.
We have not eaten at Carthay Circle just because it's just too fancy for my taste. But everything else we've eaten at. Rancho del Zocalo, that's our go-to.
Udi just threw his hands up in excitement.
My hands are in the air. Good job. I love it.
That is our go-to restaurant.
Okay.
What do you get when you go? Though? I'm curious.
I usually get the smothered burrito.
Okay.
And my wife would either get the taco salad or she'll get the enchiladas.
Taco salad's great.
So here's the one that I haven't got yet. It's the Zocalo.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Patrick got that.
He did.
Yeah.
And that is every meat in a burrito. I haven't done it yet. But, yeah. I'm going to recommend that because I've seen it. That is a lot of food. But I'm going to get that. But, yeah. Hidden menu.
Yeah, that would be a lot of food.
Oh, okay.
Very good. Yeah, I get the, I don't know if you know, I get the the enchiladas, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I don't eat there because it's.
How do you not?
I'm weird. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyways, moving on.
We will do that. Of course, we're not doing our attractions tonight, but we will do that in the future. We'll go by. We're just gonna pick a restaurant in one of the lands. Or maybe every land, or whatever. I'm not sure how.
Yeah, we'll figure it out, but I think that'd be fun.
Yeah, so because people do listen to us, and which is surprising.
It's crazy.
Or at least they take our advice. I'm like, what? You guys are crazy.
There's a lot of people out here in Colorado that do listen to you.
Really?
I don't know if they've subscribed, but I've told so many people about you that, there's people that have come up to me and asked me when the next episode was going to come out. And I was like, usually every 2 weeks. So,
what the heck? Some Twilight Zone going on right here. In what world is this real? Okay, you know what, Dan? We will send you some business cards, and you can pass. No, seriously, you can pass them out to your friends and loved ones.
Oh, that's perfect.
Okay, cool.
I love that. So what I was thinking, Mark, is that we need to actually ask him our questions that we ask everybody.
We do.
Oh, we do.
Because we have not been able to do that.
Yeah, and okay, we will do that in a minute. But Dan, did you listen to episode 106?
I have not listened to anything new yet.
Okay.
It's been a while.
That's okay.
Okay. So 106.
What I did was I actually started over. So I think I'm on episode 95 right now.
And which one is 95? What's up? What are we talking about?
That's bad because we don't even remember.
Oh,
that.
who knows? I mean, I'm sure I'm complaining about something. What am I?
I couldn't tell you.
Hold, please. I'll look.
Okay. Okay, because I don't like to. I don't know how to even phrase this correctly, but I don't like to.
Movies and all the movies. I'm sorry.
Movies
and all the news that fits. Welcome back, blah, blah, blah. We, in addition, we discussed the new potential attractions for Fantasyland.
Oh.
We have an unusual lineup for news and 101 with Jess. Yeah. Expedition Roasters Coffee. So, yeah, this has been a while.
Mm-hmm. It's been a minute.
Mm-hmm. March 4th, 2019.
Wow.
Really?
Yeah.
A year.
It's been a year.
Oh, sorry. We took a little bit of a break.
We did.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to take a hiatus.
Yeah, well, he sent you on assignment.
You did. I don't know where I went. I was somewhere.
No, but I was going to say, I don't like to compliment myself that much at all. I'm very just humble, I suppose. But
Humble brag right there.
What's that?
Humble brag right there.
Is that did I phrase that wrong?
No, you're fine.
Oh, I mean, like I said, but once in a while we actually do something right, and
yeah,
episode 106 was that for me. It used to be episode 4 was my favorite, and then episode 106 was probably my absolute favorite episode we've ever done, aside from having guests on the show, because those are always a highlight for me.
Oh, yeah.
But check it out, Dan, because in fact I'm gonna ask you on the spot right now.
Yeah, here you go.
So the question we asked our listeners was, what was your Disneyland moment? What was that moment that you fell in love with the park, that made you think like, okay, this is the place for me? And we had. Go ahead.
I would have to say it was on my 8th birthday.
8th birthday. Okay.
My eighth birthday is when my mother and I, just the two of us, went to the park.
Okay.
And I've got a big family, so when we go to the park, it's an all-out affair.
Sure.
But when it was just her and I, we were able to take things a little bit slower, and I was able to soak everything in, the sights, the sounds, the smells, everything, and I was just like wowed by it.
Okay.
And ever since then, that's been my home. So whenever we had extra money or I could work during the summer to buy my own ticket, and then one of my parents would go with me, that's what we would do. And yeah, I would mow lawns so I could get Disney money.
I love it.
Okay. Okay, so you must be a Southern California native, right?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Okay. Because I didn't have the luxury of. Well, I'm not sure if luxury. I just didn't grow up there. I grew up in Northern California, so I'm always envious of those people that got to go like Udi got to go as often as he possibly could.
Yeah.
Other people have, but okay. So it's when you were 8, and you were there spending, and you got to go with your mom and take your time and look at everything. Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything in particular stand out from that trip?
To me, it wasn't all about Fantasyland. I was more interested in Pirates of the Caribbean, Haunted Mansion, New Orleans Square. Just the way it all was laid out for me. That's where I spent most of the time. And it was going back and forth between those two rides, because those were my favorites, and those are still my favorites.
Okay.
I love it.
Love it. Okay. Awesome.
I love it.
Good answers. Yeah. So we asked all of our listeners to send in audio of that, and it is a long episode. And
125.
No, it's episode 106.
No, it's not.
No.
No, it's not.
They're marked differently. Don't worry. Don't look at that.
Wrong?
Yeah.
Oh,
Really?
Look at our actual
Oh,
numbering.
I see. It is 106. Okay, I'm like 129. I see. It's 106.
yeah.
Just kidding. Don't
Just-
mind me. I just don't know what I'm doing anymore.
Yeah, so it ended up being a really, I would say, emotional time.
It was. I cried.
You cried.
I cried.
Even when I edited it, it was I got a little emotional about it because I was like, I just can't believe that we're all. I mean, all of us around the even around the world who are all connected by this park, and we've somehow brought all these people together to talk about stuff, and we've got, like I said, a very cool listener in Mexico who's just as interested as someone's thoughts who's living in Anaheim, and you know,
Jose, yep.
yeah, that's right, Jose. Yeah, there you go. And it's so strange to me that we've been able to pull this off and do stuff like this
After all these years.
After all these years,
It's wild.
It's wild and
awesome.
Yeah, and it has to do with people like Dan. Exactly. I mean, I now that we have you, I'm gonna keep on. I say it all the time, but I want to, now that I have you on the phone, I just want to thank you from the bottom of my heart how much your support and how much that means to all of us is like we can't put into words, and so now I feel like I can actually tell you that to your face, and I'm air quoting face. Hearing from you, understanding how we connect with you and our listeners is absolutely fantastic, and I want to thank you so much for everything you've done for us, and it means everything to us. It really does. So just for me personally, thank you for everything and all the support you've given us. It really, really means the world to me. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you guys are so welcome. I mean, you guys have actually helped me get through a lot. When I was actually going through my second round of cancer, you guys were my go-to show.
Oh my God, you can't be saying stuff like that.
I would sit during chemotherapy, and I would have my headphones on, and you guys were the show I was listening to. Because that put me in my happy place. So I wasn't thinking about anything else. It was the show. And you guys helped me so much through that. And that's why I don't mind doing anything that you guys ask. If you guys need something, you need something from the park, I'm on my way to go get it.
Oh my gosh. You're killing me with this, Dan.
So I know your goal wasn't to, but you got me to cry.
Yeah. I think someone's cutting onions in this room.
And I think Udi's wiping his eyes right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow. I don't think any of us knew that.
No.
At all.
No.
So that, wow.
Yeah, you guys are my Disney family. And I know I've said that to Jess a few different times, but you guys really are. And that's why I don't mind being a Patreon supporter. I don't mind going to the parks and saying, you know what, I think Mark would like this, I think Bert would like this, I think Jess would like this. I don't mind picking things up. It would be like, me going and grabbing something, for one of my best friends. And I do it all the time.
Udi, it's all you, man.
It's all you.
I can't.
I know. Again, Dan, I've said this before. I'm just humbled and speechless and wordless about all this stuff. To me, from my perspective, we put this together just to have fun and just to talk about roller coasters and churros
Don't forget my Dole Whip, okay?
Dole Whips and with my friends about this stuff. And in some ways it was a little bit of a diversion for me because I was dealing with stress too, and it was nice just to have this. But I honestly had no idea that we'd have an impact on anybody except the three of us, literally.
Yeah.
Whatsoever.
No, you do. It's a big impact.
So I just. Yeah.
It's not just me either. I'm sure it's all the other listeners as well. You have an impact on everybody, even if we don't voice it as much as we should to you guys.
Yeah.
You have a major impact.
You've gotten Udi to say nothing, and I'm going to tell you right now, in 4 years, I have never seen this. He can't even. He's not even saying anything.
And Dan, I've driven to the park twice with him, so that's 6 hours each way. He did not. He did not shut up for 6. That's 12 hours of Udi.
Oh my gosh! Hey, why did I do my makeup?
Oh my God, Dan.
Oh wow. Yeah. Thank you. I can't even. Thank you. I can't. I mean, thank you doesn't even cut it. And I'm gonna. Wow. I don't know what to say. I'm glad that we were able to help, and I'm glad that we're able to be impactful for people. But I'll reiterate with Mark. When we began, we never thought we would be anything but 3 people or 2 people actually between me and Mark sitting in a room talking to each other. And where we've come now and where I hope we go, it is amazing. And again, I mean, I'm thankful for you, and I'm glad that we were able to help you in those times. I've been through rough patches. We all have been at this table while we've been recording. And I think we've all been a little bit of a hand, to hold as we go through it. And I'm glad to know that we were there for you for that, and it means everything. Yeah. So I'm happy. You're making me happy. I mean, I didn't have words to say.
No, he actually really dropped his phone. It hit the floor, and he just sat there with his head in his hands, which I've never seen in my life. In my 12 years of knowing Udi. So
I usually don't react.
That was. Woo. We're good. But on a side note, Dan, I mean, you are displayed in my living room. My Minnie Mouse Hawaiian ears that you sent back from the park, they hang on my bookshelf in my living room, and they are there to display every day to remind me, of the park and of our listeners that are so gracious like you. And it's, it's a really nice reminder that, we still have magic in this world, and it's an amazing thing. And now I need a tissue. Oh, gosh. Mark, ask the questions already.
Well, you gonna say something, Udi?
Well, no, I was gonna go. I took a second here. So now with everything that's going on, I'm gonna go a little bit more realistic and try to bring myself in here. You said it pretty much. You hit the nail on the head. We miss our park, and I'm curious now because how soon do you hope to get back? I know we've had a long discussion prior about how soon and too soon and what would you do. And so I'm curious, what would you do if they opened it up and they say we're opening up in June? How long before you're there? I know you're going to have underlying issues, so or you may.
He's from a different state.
Yeah, so. And so I mean there are other things. So how soon are you looking to get back into the park?
Honestly, I don't know. I've already had to cancel 6 trips going to Disney. So, and I'm hoping it opens soon.
Mm-hmm.
I know it won't be. I know it's going to be after July. I'm thinking September, October-ish is when it might reopen. But then there's going to be so many restrictions, so many things that we're going to have to do. And I'm not one of the mask-wearing types. I'm claustrophobic, so I can't wear it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if they require
me either.
it,
yeah, me either.
It's going to be one of those I can't go because I wouldn't have any fun.
Yep.
But I'm thinking, September, October is when I'm hoping it'll reopen.
Okay.
Until then, I just sit around, watch Disney Plus, and listen to the Leaving Today podcast, and I get my Disney fix that way.
Oh man, you make me strive to want to do better with my 101s. You really do.
This is true.
I have slacked for like a year, and now I just feel like I really need to up my freaking game, and I need more bad flavored Jelly Bellies.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, Mark.
Okay.
I just can't.
Oh, the questions. Okay. Actually, before we get into those questions, Dan, is there like a future topic that you want us to tackle or talk about?
Yes, because he's a Patreon. We need to have him on for a topic.
Yeah, or just something you want us to discuss or research or whatever.
Actually, doing the food topic in the restaurants.
Okay.
Yes.
That is perfect because I'm huge into food and I'm always eating at Disneyland. If I don't have a churro in my hand or a Dole Whip or a Mickey bar or a cookie, then we have issues. So, yeah.
Okay.
And so, yeah, I think that restaurant episode I think that would actually be a really good one.
Okay. Okay, cool. Well, I was thinking about maybe we'll go by land, like the restaurants of Frontierland or something like that. Actually, that'd be a very short episode. But
it is the best one, though.
It is the best one. I'm not sure how we're going to do that yet, but okay, Dan, we will do that for you.
We'll work on it.
Yep. Awesome. Okay. So we'll ask you the questions we do ask our listeners, our guests that are on the show. What are your essential attractions you have to go on?
I have to go on. Very first thing.
Yes.
Pirates.
Okay.
I got to go on. I got to go on Pirates first. And Pirates and Space Mountain. That's my two go-to. If I can't go on those, it's a bad day for Dan. But yeah, those are my go-tos. I'm not a huge fan of the overlay over Christmas with the Jack Skellington.
Really?
Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, interesting.
I'm not a huge fan of that.
Okay.
I like the original.
Yes.
So it's one of those, if I go during the holidays, I can miss it if I had to. But if it does not have the overlay, I can't miss it.
Okay.
So yeah, those would actually have to be my go-to three.
Okay.
Okay. Well, if you were planning to go to the park and Pirates was closed, would you change your plans?
No.
Okay. Okay.
I wouldn't change my plans, but I'd be kind of sad, and I'd probably stand outside, Pirates, hoping it would open.
Oh.
Yes.
I mean, it's possible.
Sure, it is possible. Anything's possible at Disneyland.
I did that in my last trip with Haunted, so yeah.
Yeah.
I did.
Okay.
Of course you did.
Of course. Okay, Dan, since you're a foodie over there, what is your favorite restaurant and or snack to get there?
Rancho del Zocalo, and that would be
Bingo.
the smothered burrito. I have to have it.
Okay.
Favorite snack is a churro.
Okay. Does it matter? Does it matter where you get the churro?
Churro has to come from New Orleans Square.
Okay, interesting.
See,
I haven't heard that yet.
Jay would not be happy with you, Dan.
No.
I'm gonna tell you that right now.
I know.
I should call Jay and
But
tell him.
there's just something walking down that way, and you just smell it,
Yep.
and it just like draws you in. And, yeah.
And
Okay.
then you continue on into Galaxy's Edge.
Yes.
See, I see. Dan doesn't know this yet, but I see what he doesn't even know it yet, but that's what's going to happen.
It is, yeah. Okay, so favorite snack.
I've been to Galaxy's Edge.
I was going to say you have, right?
What about Rise? Have you been on there yet?
No, I haven't been on any of the rides yet.
Oh.
But I have been there. I walked through it, and I was like, all right.
Okay.
And then I walked back out.
Oh, boy.
Okay. Well, that's fine with me. I mean, it's not a hit with everybody, but for those people who love it, they like it. They like it. It's good. Yeah. But
I do have to say, though, I want a lightsaber.
Oh.
I could not get a reservation.
Okay.
Oh, boy,
So, But that's what I do. I want one. And my wife is all into Baby Yoda, so she was looking for all that stuff, but of course they didn't have it yet.
Oh, yeah.
No, now they did, but yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. They just released the child stuff recently, before they closed. Yeah.
Yep. Oh, the lightsaber, I don't know if, amazing. I have two.
Oh.
I'm ready to go again. Yeah. Great. Yeah.
You can buy a third one?
I am.
Ooh. Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, in Rancho and a churro. Gotcha. All right. Interesting. Is Disneyland better for you at day or night? And if so,
Night.
Oh, night. Okay. And
Definitely night.
And where do you like to be when that magic hour happens?
Main Street.
Main Street. Okay.
Main Street.
Okay.
We're 99% of the time we are on Main Street at the train station. We watch Main Street light up, and then we get on the train and we go around the park as everything gets dark and everything lights up.
I have not done that, man. I need to do that.
Yeah.
That particular sequence. Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's funny. We asked Daniel Hale from the Diz Geek podcast about what he would do. The very first thing he would do if the park opened tonight and Pirates is the number one thing. I mean, I'm a little bit different. I'm going to hold fast to my choices. I'm going to go to the train station on Main Street and just look at it. Look at the whole Main Street. Take it in. And then I'm going to go get an ice cream at Gibson Grove and just walk around. That's what I'm going to do.
Yeah. That's the best thing to do. I mean, if you're standing at a train station and you're looking across Main Street,
Yeah.
as those lights just start lighting up, because it's an almost a sequence of lights as they start going down. They don't light it up all at like one time. You can see each building lighting up.
Oh, okay.
And as you watch it lighting up, I mean, you're staring off into the distance, and there's the castle, and then the castle lights up last.
I've never noticed that. I've never even done that. Wow.
So
Okay.
that's something that we do all the time, and usually I have a churro in my hands. It's kind of sad, but I do.
I'm missing the park
Love
right
it,
now.
love
Missing the
it.
park right now. Because it'd be actually about that time here.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
getting
We're
there.
getting
yeah.
right there. Yeah.
Well, I should ask Jess, are the lights on Main Street yet?
7:10.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No,
No, I don't think
No.
so. I don't think so.
Dan says no.
I don't
Okay.
think so.
Okay.
no, it'd be about 7:40.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, it's too early. It's too light out.
So we actually have time to go get a churro and get back.
We have time to get a churro.
Okay.
Well, I mean, there's a churro stand on the end of Main Street, so yeah.
Over by the hub.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we have definitely have enough time.
Yeah, we got time.
Okay, good.
We got
Shoot.
it.
Well, yeah, because you have the churro cart that's right below the train station.
Yeah.
Is there one there?
Yeah.
I know there's the popcorn. Okay.
No, they've installed a churro cart that's right there. As you come down the stairs, you're going to run right into it.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
then we
that's
definitely have enough time.
Genius, too, by the way. Genius plan.
Yeah.
That's where one should be.
Yes. Okay, at night. Okay, perfect answer. Okay. If you were going to bring someone who did not like the park at all, or just had very little knowledge of the park, they go, "Oh, Dan, I don't want to go to Disneyland. It's too crowded. I don't get it." And you go, "Okay, hold on. I'm going to take you, and I'm going to show you this thing or this attraction or this place of what really embodies what Disneyland is, what Walt was trying to convey to the masses. What area or what attraction would you take them to?"
Oh, wow. That's good because I've actually done that. And I took somebody that said, I don't want to go.
Wow.
And first thing I did was when we walked inside, I had her close her eyes. And I walked her through the tunnel on the right side.
Good.
You don't go in on the left.
No.
No, never. No. Walked her in through the tunnel. I had her keep her eyes closed. And I just told her, have an open mind. I walked her through the tunnel, stood her right in front of Main Street, and had her open her eyes. And she's like, the world's just disappeared.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, that's the way it's supposed to be.
Beautiful.
I was like, that's the way Walt created this.
Yep.
So, and the first thing I took her on was Pirates. So we went that way. I'm a crisscrosser. I'll go all over the park. I don't go in any order. So, yeah, I'll run from Space Mountain over to Pirates and then back to Buzz Lightyear. Yeah. But second ride was the Jungle Cruise. And she was so immersed in the Jungle Cruise that she's become a fan.
Yeah.
So,
I like it.
Because she was like, I don't hear anything. She's like, I don't hear cars. I don't hear planes. She's like, this is magical.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, yeah, this is the way it's supposed to be. And we actually have another trip planned, hopefully, maybe, in December.
Yep.
So, and it was her idea saying, I want to go back.
Beautiful.
So, yeah, I love it. And, you know, she was smiles all day.
Oh, yeah.
You know, and even my wife was like, when we got back to the hotel that night, she was like, wow, I didn't think she was going to enjoy it that much. But, yeah, I was like, it's Walt's dream. If we can turn one person around, there you go.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and that, you know, I had never thought of doing it that way, but that is amazing because we understand being fans, the transition you go through, and we've talked about it before, how you walk in the gate and then you go underneath the tunnel and you're into that mind where you know you're getting transformed and transported to another place. But if you've never been, you don't appreciate it. That was epic because it is literally for anybody, if you do that, is like a snap of the fingers and you're a completely different area. I mean, that is one of the beauties we've said before. I mean, like when I've been canoeing, it's been a while, but canoeing on the rivers of America, going to, Tom Sawyer's Island is what I'm going to call it. You know, you forget you're in the middle of a metropolitan area. You're not in Anaheim anymore. And it transformative and transportive, if you want to use it that way. And that is I want to use that, Dan. Next time I have somebody who's like, I don't know, I'm gonna do that. That is epic. Yeah.
Yeah, and I've done that myself. I've actually bumped into people, but I walked through the tunnel with my eyes closed. So I've usually got my wife right there. But it's just the magic. I mean, you walk through, you open your eyes, and everything hits you all at once, and it's a sensation that I just love it.
Yeah, I like that answer.
Yeah, that's a great answer.
Fantastic answer.
Okay. Let's think. We had a couple other questions we had that show up once in a while, but I forget to ask them. It's if you could be at the park at any decade or any era, when would you like to have gone? Or maybe it's now.
Good question.
Well, thank you.
I'd like to go now, but
Okay.
I would actually like to have gone when Walt was there.
Okay.
I'd say 50s.
50s. Okay.
50, 59, 60. I would have loved to see his dream starting up and getting bigger and getting bigger. And him walking around the park, you know, not even running up to him and, you know, wanting to pick his brain, but just watching him work. Because, yeah, he was out there. He was hands-on. He was talking to, you know, everybody else and saying, hey, what do you think about this? What do you think about this? And he would take their feedback and he'd be like, let's, you know, change up this cue, or let's change this, or let's put more food over here. You know, I would have loved to have just sat on Main Street, I'd say 1957-ish, and just sit there and just watch everything change.
Oh, yeah.
And that would have been an amazing time for me.
Oh, my gosh. Yeah.
You know what? And I think going off of that, I think that is why we connect as well as we do with the park, because we recognize as we're walking around. I mean, we said it before. We sat on the park bench or walked up to the train station and we recognize, and looking up at the apartment, he walked here. He had hands on here. It wasn't a thing where, you know, oh yeah, he came through or blah blah blah. No, he was there, and you can still feel the spirit. I know we've had a lot of animated discussions about whether or not the magic is there or his spirit is there and whatnot, but yeah, I mean, it is undeniable when you walk in that park. Yep.
Yeah, I still say every time we leave, I say goodbye to Walt.
Yep.
And it's pretty much, I end it with, you know, see you next trip. And I'll have people that are staring at me, looking at me funny, going, why is he talking to Walt?
Yeah.
But you know what? He's there. He's always there.
Yep.
And that's what we do when we head out through the right-hand side going
Correct.
out.
Correct.
The left side.
Yep.
Yeah, you can't go back out the right.
No.
It doesn't happen.
Yep. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
And I think Mark and I, we've said it. I always look up and tip my cap because I'm always wearing a cap, but I always tip my cap and kind of give a little bit of a nod and a thank you as I walk out every time. Yeah.
Always.
Yep.
Always.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I've kind of tell my kids to do that too. They don't. I know they think I'm being kind of ridiculous about it, but I'm like, no, just you can give like a little point and say, hey, thanks, and then walk. It can take like a second, whatever.
And yeah, I'm waiting for the day that somebody stop and ask me like, what are you doing? I'm like, well, come here. You don't know what that is right here. Let me talk to you about it.
Who's?
I'm waiting. I'm waiting
for a random
for
person?
a day because it'll happen one day.
Oh,
sure.
You're a crazy person.
Yeah, they're gonna be like, "Why are you so crazy?"
Because I am. They still have his light on, and it just makes me very happy.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yes, I know.
Last show. Okay.
And they raise
I know. Maybe.
and they raise a flag every day.
They do. It's great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
You heard of this place called Disneyland?
Yeah.
It's pretty great.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Do we have another question about that?
I feel like there's one more.
Oh yeah, Dan. If you could have gone to any attractions opening day, what would that have been?
Pirates.
Oh.
You hush, Udi. You're a bad influence.
Definitely pirates.
Pirates. Yeah.
So yeah, hashtag bring back the redhead.
That's right.
Beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
See,
save the redhead.
An OG.
Yep.
Oh, it's right. That was like a limited time magic shirt though. Those are out. Actually, I think they're still out.
They're still out. I think maybe.
Okay.
I need another one. I need a sweatshirt.
Yep.
Okay.
It's cold here in California.
Yeah. It's a balmy
80 degrees.
It's a balmy 82.
Gross. So hot. I hate it so much. Anyways, continue. Sorry, Mark.
No, it's fine. So pirates is that okay? So yeah, that was the standard.
Those were our standard questions, but I felt like we needed to ask him.
Of course,
and
yeah.
I just wanted you guys to be surprised and hear him.
Oh, I'm surprised. This whole evening has been a lot different than I thought it was going to go.
I know. We started recording at 5 o'clock and it's 7:20.
Is it really?
It's 7:20. We've been talking for. This is gonna be a long show.
That's fine.
So,
people like that.
Dan
I guess.
hasn't. You said you haven't listened to like a couple of the most recent episodes, right?
Right.
So he's in for a couple treats because we did something for him. We did something a while back. So, we did something for you, Dan. And when you get to that episode, you'll hear it and you'll know clearly that it was for you.
Oh yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was a tough one too. But yeah, so he's got a couple episodes to catch up on. But yeah, there's something out there for you specifically.
Yeah.
Well, I will definitely listen, and I will get caught back up.
Okay.
Because like I said, I started over, and I just started from the beginning, and I've just been, nonstop listening. So it's my binge listening. So and I actually have to say thank you to you guys because you guys are amazing. It's my family. Yeah, I say it a lot, but you guys are my family. So I know it's, we might be 1,000 miles apart, but yeah. Well, all I got to do is flip on the show, and I've got my happy face on. So, except for the darker episodes, that was kind of all right.
You didn't like that one?
Well, that was Udi's idea then.
The dark episode.
That was all me.
I bet that one was.
That was all me. And the crazy part is a lot of people went, you know what? At least you're being honest.
Oh. That's one thing you can say about this show is that we are honest and we are exactly how we are in person versus on the show. We bicker and we do, but that's the thing is that I was telling my daughter about this because she loved both my daughters love Disneyland. Of course, why wouldn't they? But I just said that if you're going to get into this relationship with Disneyland, it's going to break your heart sometimes. You can get pissed off, but you're going to end up loving it, and that's just the way it is.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we really try to keep it real on this show, and that's one of the things I think that people appreciate is that we're just honest and yeah.
Yeah, well, I like that you guys don't sugarcoat it. This is how it is, and this is our opinion. I don't like that you other podcasts read from a script. I like you guys are right off the cuff, and the topics can change in a second.
Oh my gosh, I know they do, right? And we're talking about the Matterhorn, and then all of a sudden I switch to chicken salad at Jack in the Box, and people get all crazy about that. And I know.
I don't see why somebody get crazy about that.
Wait, hold on. Oh no, I can't ask you that, Mark, because we can't do the periodic like checking on like has the prices gone up or down.
Oh, I'm not going because I can't go in.
You can't go in.
You can't go in.
No.
You have to go through the drive-thru.
He can't take his other food inside.
That's true. That's true.
I think that after all of this, I think Mark. I want to take a picture of Mark the first day he can go back into a Jack in the Box.
I think we should.
Yeah, I think we want to go with him and be like, "Where's your support? Get you back into a Jack in the Box."
Yes,
with,
and take photos.
Yeah.
Just
Sure.
like really like casual, but like Mark just sitting there thinking about like things, or I think it's good.
Opening up his lunch.
Yes.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. We're doing it.
Okay, there you go.
Casual though. We're not going to tell them.
Yeah,
so
no.
just can you tell me when you go, and then
Yeah,
I'll
I
just
will.
go.
For sure. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Well, Dan, thank you so much for
Oh
spending
my God! Thank you, Dan.
48 minutes with us.
Holy crap!
Oh, wow.
And that was after the second phone call.
Yeah.
So thank you for spending that time with us, and we're going to get on that restaurant, that topic.
Oh, for
you.
sure. Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah.
And Dan, do you have a T-shirt already from us?
Yes,
Okay, cool. If
I
not-
bought a couple.
He's bought
And I
a few.
wear
We
them
have not
all the
sent
time.
them, but he has.
Oh, you bought them. Oh, which ones did you buy?
Yeah. I bought the Matterhorn,
Okay.
or not the Matterhorn.
Space Mountain?
Space Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, you have that one?
And yes,
Which colors do you have?
I have black. I have black and white, and I also have gray and white.
Oh.
And
says
I
the
bought
Space
one
Mountain.
more. I don't remember which one it was.
It's not the one with my face on it because there's another person
There
out
is.
there. There's 2 T-shirts that are sold, and we
And
know
a pillow.
a pillow.
No, I'm joking.
Oh,
There's
I was like, a pillow was bought. There's a
I was
T-shirt
like,
that was
well,
bought.
if there's a pillow with Jess's face on it, I gotta buy that.
Well,
No, there is. You can buy
You
it.
can buy it. It's got my face on it. And it's so freaking awkward. But Patrick,
You should get one for here.
I should get one for here and put it on that side. I probably should because it would be hilarious.
Oh my gosh.
But there's somebody. Patrick has my shirt, or the shirt with my face on it, and then somebody else in this world has a shirt with my face on it, and we don't know who it is.
I don't know.
And it's not me.
No, not me.
Yeah.
Because I think my wife would get frustrated if I was in that one.
Yeah.
It's such a weird picture. I mean, it's great because I just look. It's kind of like a.
I took the picture and you had like 3 or 4 mimosas in you at the
Oh,
time.
that
so
was
it
a
fun.
morning show
It
that
was a
we
morning
did. It
show.
was mimosas and pancakes.
Yep.
Okay, I
Dan,
blame it-
we
I
used
blame it
to
on the
we used to
pancakes.
get lit before like 11.
What do you mean before?
What are you talking about? Like used to? I am now.
Oh, I mean 11 a.m.
Oh, 11 a.m.
We would do the show with pancakes and mimosas, and we wouldn't even know what we're talking
Champagne messes you up.
about. Yeah.
So
We
you
don't do
have
it, yeah.
So you have the Space Mountain shirt.
And which one?
I've got that one too, but I've
Me
got
too.
you got the Space Mountain shirt?
Yeah.
I don't.
I have a tank top. Well, of course I have a tank top because that's
Oh.
all I
That's
wear.
That's all you wear. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I have that one. I also want to get the one that Aaron just made, like the LTP Hideaway one with
He's
the
got a
tiki.
few of those shirts we haven't
I
put out
know.
yet.
We should definitely. We got to get Dan one of those because that's more of an exclusive one.
That is exclusive.
We need to get Dan one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then what was the other one you had? You said you had a couple?
I don't know what the other. I know I got the
Okay.
Space Mountain. I do not know what the other one is because I wear the Space Mountain one out all the time, and I get looks, but it's like they're like, well, what's leaving today podcast? I've actually ended up talking to people in grocery stores.
Oh my gosh.
Beautiful. I had that. I had
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
Okay, then I will definitely send you out some business cards. In fact, I was just looking at them today. So, yeah.
I was too. I have
Yeah,
them right
you
on my
send me
camera.
those, and yeah, I'll pass those things out, like candy.
Okay. So when things return to normal, Dan, and you guys are planning to come out here on a trip, please let us know, and we will come out and hang out with you.
Yeah. We'll make every effort we can.
Okay.
I know. Yeah, we're all chomping at the bit to get back.
Yeah, I am. Like I said, we've canceled 6 trips.
Oh, yeah.
And it's kind of sad.
Yeah.
Oh,
I just want to
okay.
get back to the park.
Yeah, it's sad. So my daughter graduates college next month, but she's doing it from home now. And her graduation gift was I was going to take her and her sister and an exchange student to Disney World for like 8 or 9 days. And we had it all planned out and stuff. That's supposed to be in August. It's not going to happen now, unfortunately. Yeah. So she's a little bummed, but we're going to reschedule as soon as everything returns to a normal thing, not this half-baked thing. We're going to do it. And so it might be like a year, but we've had to postpone everything. So it does suck, but we will get our parks back, and I'll be back to complaining about something.
Yep.
So
yeah,
I hope.
I will too.
Yeah, good. Yeah. Good.
Yeah. You know, why'd they move this planter? Why is this over here? Put it back.
That's right.
I know, right? Okay. All right, Dan. So it was wonderful to talk to you.
It really was.
You made my day.
I know. Both of them had smiles on it.
It was great talking to you guys.
Fantastic talking to you, Dan.
Yeah, I'm speechless.
And thanks for being the third person to make me cry on the show.
Mm-hmm.
And making Udi cry. First person to make Udi cry.
I didn't cry.
Yes, you did.
No.
Yes, he did.
You did.
Udi totally.
Well, that wasn't my intention.
No, but it was perfect because it worked. It was good.
Yeah, keep it up.
Yeah, keep it up. So thank you, Dan. I hope you have a good. I know it's late for you guys in Colorado, so.
No, like an hour ahead.
No, I'm up until all hours of the night because I've got nothing else better to do.
Yeah. All right, Dan. Well, thank you so much, and we hope that we're going to be able to see you in the park.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay, perfect.
Thank you. Have
Thank you, Dan.
Great night.
Have a good night, buddy.
Okay, all right.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you for everything.
Yeah, thank you for everything, sir.
Bye, Dan.
Bye.
All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
Hey there, LTP listeners. We want to bring your attention to our feature presentation right now. We've got a very special guest on the show. Of course, he's been on this show before. He's one of my podcasting heroes from one of my favorite podcasts ever, from the Diz Geek podcast. This is Daniel Hale. Hey, Daniel.
Hey, how's it going?
Hey, it's going great, man. How about with you?
Oh, doing good. You know, we're just moving from, the good news is that we moved, but it's only a block or two away. So it was a very easy move, but it's still stressful nonetheless.
Oh, of course, dude. Of course it is. I'm totally going through the same thing. I'm like a half an hour from place. So I pack stuff up in the evening after I work, and then I stay there until like 9:30 or 10, then go back and do it again the following day.
Yeah. It's been rough too, also because my kids have been home, because of coronavirus, and my wife is home. Like, everyone's here.
Oh, yeah.
And so trying to like get them to do school and it's just too much, man.
I know. But I don't. But yeah, I'm actually glad you guys got all settled in or in the process, and eventually it's going to be all good. Yeah,
we're really excited. It's definitely an upgrade, and we're really happy.
Awesome. Okay, well, one of the reasons why I want to talk to you today, because I think like now more than ever, it's important for us fans of Disneyland and Disney World, and us content creators of podcasts to get together and just kind of make sure everyone's doing okay and share thoughts and ideas and all that kind of stuff. So. I don't know. I just thought I'd kind of like reach out because you guys are definitely one of my favorite shows.
Well, yeah, thanks a lot. We've actually taken a little bit of a break, but I'm actually happy to say that we're going to be recording again sooner rather than later. Awesome. In fact, I'm hoping to record a new one this week.
Oh my gosh!
If I can get the crew together.
Good.
But like I had to stop for a while because A, moving, B, I had no time. I don't have the time to do it. I'm with my kids all day, trying to keep them now busy with school, and away from my wife, who's legit trying to work and has meetings all day.
Yeah.
There's these Zoom meetings or whatever, and so she's doing that all day. So just trying to, and then by the time it's evening, because I can't record out. Generally speaking, for me, I can't record until about 10 o'clock p.m. my time.
Oh, okay.
And hooking everybody up. We don't actually start until usually 10:30, 10:45 sometimes.
Oh, sure.
And my podcasting gear is in the same room as where our bedroom is. So my wife wants to go to bed.
Yeah.
But now our situation's different now. Now that we're moved in and I got the stuff out, it's a little bit different. I can easily move everything if I have to into another room that will be empty.
Oh, good.
So that's good. The state of North Carolina, Wake County, which is where I live, they finally, they did a remote learning for all the kids.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's actually, now that's going on, that's taken a lot of pressure off me. And now I actually have a curriculum with them. And my son's autistic, so I have to sit down and help him.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Just get him to do it is a challenge in itself. But, he's starting to realize now that, this is school, and it's weird, and we're home, and it's not normal, but for now, this is just the way it's going to be.
Yep.
And he's finally starting to understand that. And now, so things are getting a little bit easier. And so now I feel like, okay, I can start, recording episodes again, because I want to talk about it. There's a lot to talk about.
Sure.
And I'm anxious. So the time's come.
The time has come. Well, good. Hopefully you can share some of those thoughts with us. But before we get to but before we get to that, I'm going to put you on the spot real quick because this is episode 107. 106 is out right now, and it was probably one of the best shows we've ever done. Mainly because we let all of our listeners, some of our listeners, share their thoughts about one particular thing. And if you haven't had a chance to listen to it, I encourage you to go listen to 106. But in fact, we had Jay Bratton on sharing us some stuff. But the question was, yeah, love that guy. So the question was,
he'll let you know what he's thinking.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
He's great.
Yeah, he's great. Yes. The question that we asked our listeners to do was, what was your Disneyland moment? What is your story? What is that one part, that one thing that made you fall in love with the park? And we had so many different and cool and interesting answers, and kind of emotional answers too. I'm asking you, Mr. Daniel Hale, what was your Disneyland moment?
I think I remember it. I think I there was a time I used to go to Disneyland a lot. I actually worked for about 5 years. I worked at Universal Studios Hollywood.
Okay.
So I was doing theme park stuff every single day, and I always had a soft spot for Disneyland. I enjoyed going, and one of the things I loved the most about it, Universal was it was different because it was work. But I really love Universal, especially now. I think it's so much better now than it was then. But I remember, I don't know if you guys remember this, but before Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and even before the theater that they did for Hunchback, there was a barbecue restaurant. Now they had since reopened the barbecue restaurant. But before it reopened, there was an original barbecue restaurant.
Oh, yep.
I don't remember what it was called. It may have been just Big Thunder Barbecue.
Okay.
And they didn't have a stage, and they didn't do performances and stuff like that. But what they did have in the middle is they had a campfire. And they also gave you those kind of Frontierland type utensils and plates, and they gave you mason jars. For stuff like that.
Yeah.
And this is when they put a lot of money and effort into theming, even for the restaurant there.
Okay.
And I remember sitting there, and I just remember it felt like I was actually camping.
Oh, okay.
And they also had a camp. They had a cabin, a little right down, I don't know, a few tables over or something like that. They had this cabin, and you can go inside and look at it and stuff like that. And I just remember being not a kid, but I don't know, teenagers or something like that,
mm-hmm.
and hanging out. And sitting at that campfire, thinking feeling like I was actually camping. Mm-hmm. And I think that's the moment when I was like, you know what? I love this place because it really takes you away. And there's certain smells, there's certain sounds, there's just certain things about Disneyland that's 100% unique to Disneyland. There's certain sounds that you hear at that park that you don't hear anywhere else. And that's what made it special, because I would hear those noises. This was before I was an annual pass holder and stuff, and I got to go all the time.
Okay.
When I was a kid, it was maybe once every 2 or 3 years. And so I was so excited when I'd hear the Matterhorn, the snowman screeching out.
Yeah, right.
And just certain things like that, and it's those details, it's those little details that made me fall in love with it.
Ah, that's a very, very solid answer. Okay. Wow.
I hope so. Because that's what I got.
Well, no.
Yeah, that's what I think makes Disneyland stand above the rest, is that it's those unique attention to details that they have. I mean, even the trash cans look cool. Mm-hmm. They do all kinds of neat things that just other parks don't do.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
I can't go to Universal. Of course, I worked there, so there was a part of me that's kind of like, on Universal. Not anymore, but definitely back in those days. But I would go. Universal doesn't have anything cool like that. That's just Universal has what everybody else has.
Right. Well, that
was that. Now Universal is a completely different animal. I'm a huge fan of Universal as well. I love both parks equally. Not equally, but I like Disneyland a little bit more. But I definitely enjoy Universal.
Okay, good. Yeah, I need to spend more time at Universal. It's been a minute since I've been there. So, but no, I mean, very solid answers with Disneyland. All right. I'm trying to think, because when you were talking about the Matterhorn, I automatically thought in my head, I heard the monorail doing its little horn right then too. Did you guys think that too?
Oh yeah, no, I did. That's all I heard.
Yep.
Yeah.
Well, no, I like that answer. Yeah, we had. I had a little side conversation with Corey from All Aboard.
Okay.
And he kind of related that he listened to 106 and was kind of like, man, those are really good answers. And I'm like, well, yeah, I think a lot of people will find a lot of commonality in everything we love about the park. And that moment, it's all threaded in one way or another together. It's pretty cool.
Absolutely.
Yep.
All right. Okay, so here we are. Dateland Disneyland. It's April 2020. All parks are closed. And there's a lot of speculation and anxiety, I suppose, and frustration and curiosity and all these things right now, trying to figure out what it's going to be like. So what are your thoughts right now, Daniel, about all this?
It's incredibly sad for the parks to be closed like they are. I'm sure it's hitting Disney financially as well. We have on, what was part of the Diz Geek podcast, one of our co-hosts is a cast member, and her husband is also a cast member, and so they're hurting.
Yeah.
I'd forgotten about that.
Yeah. So I feel real bad for them, and I know it's hard for them as well. They're furloughed, so I guess they still have like health benefits and stuff like that, which frankly Jess sort of needs, because she has health issues sometimes. So she's actually on medical leave while all this is going on. So that's kind of unique and unusual. So the whole situation is pretty bad. I know they're talking about reopening, hopefully for the summer.
Yep.
But I'm not sure. I'll want to go initially, because, and I feel like until there's some sort of a vaccine for this, and things really start to get better, is when, like, at least for me myself, I'm diabetic, so I have what's it called?
Underlying condition.
Yeah, the conditions or whatever.
Yep.
And so I don't want to risk catching it from somebody. Even if they reopen, they're going to put all kinds of restrictions in place. Probably, I'm sure it's temporary, but still, the restrictions will be there. And one of them's temperature checks and stuff, which frankly you can easily fake. I mean, I feel like people will fake it.
Well, yeah. See, about those things, and I'm glad you brought that up. I mean, whenever like a policy comes into place, I always think like, does it actually do good, or does it make you feel good to support like a policy like that? And to me, I don't think that policy even does good.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because,
No.
in fact, Udi and I were talking about that the other day.
Yep.
You could have a fever for a lot of other reasons than whatever, you know?
And people run hot. Yeah, I mean, for one thing, we can all agree on that is going to be very, very interesting because we're in uncharted territory. I mean, I know my personal feelings are very like strong. I guess I'll put it that way. Where I really, you know, I know I may be in the minority, but you know, when they open, I'm scheduling my trip ASAP. I'm going to want to go back there. And, you know, and I know that is not going to be for everybody. So, you know, trying to be respectful of everyone's opinion, but I'm kind of like, when's it open? Okay, book me for the next available moment. I can go, and I will be going.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I totally understand that that's the interesting part about the whole thing is like, we don't know what's going to happen now. We have no idea. I mean, Iger's back now. We're like, okay, why is that? You know, there's a lot of crazy, crazy things going on right now.
So you said you're going to go back right away. So let me ask you this: Are you an annual pass holder?
I am.
So I think that makes it easier for you to be able to go back right away.
Oh, I know I am.
I think myself, and other people who are not annual pass holders, that's a huge expense.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it is. Yeah.
To get down there. And then, like, just say you're going, and you stay at the Disneyland Hotel, and you wake up, and you're like, "Ooh, I feel a little weird," and you have a slight little fever, and it's, you know, like something's is about to hit you, like just a cold or whatever, you know, and then you know, oh, sorry, you can't get in.
Yeah.
That's bad for I think for the people who just showed up, who just spent a lot of money on a flight. On a drive, on hotel rooms, and all that stuff. So, you know, I was talking to Tommy Allison about this and stuff because we were talking about this on the Ear Vendors, and he was saying, you know, he was going to wait as well, but he was saying like he has the luxury of being an annual pass holder, so he could go when he felt it was safe.
Yeah.
To do so, but he can go. He can just walk right in, and it doesn't matter. And so. Yeah, pass holders definitely have the luxury of being able to do that.
For sure.
For someone like myself, even just going to Walt Disney World in Orlando, I'm pausing because that's especially if I'm bringing my whole family, and there's 5 of us, that's a pretty big expense, and so I want to make sure. And plus, even let's just say they reopen again with all these restrictions in place. They're talking about temperature checks. They're talking about 6 feet distance. They're talking about half capacity. No fireworks, no characters,
no parades.
No parades. Rides they're going to like, you know, every other seat on like the boat or something like that, which is going to reduce the capacity, which is going to make the lines longer.
Yep.
You know, you're not getting the full Disney experience.
No.
In this again, as an annual pass holder, you can go and just go. I can come back next time. I can ride Pirates next time.
Oh yeah.
You know, but you know, when I go, Pirates better be open.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Or I'm going to throw a fit.
Oh yeah, and you know
So because of the expense of everything, and because of all those restrictions in place, like I want to go to Disney and like get out of the real world. Like that's sort of why a lot of people want to go, is to just, you know, escape from reality.
Yeah.
And if you're there and everyone's wearing masks and there's plexiglass between you and the cast members and you can't see Mickey, I don't know. That brings the real world right back into it. And to me, it's not as fun.
Right.
But it'll be interesting to see what Disney does. Like, with all those restrictions in place, will they do sales or something? Like, will they reduce the cost to get in, or I don't know. It's really interesting because who would pay that? I mean, for just that experience. I don't know, man.
Well,
I mean, I wouldn't.
But I know you were.
Look, I do a podcast about the place, and like I'm sitting here saying like, no, I'm not going until it's like perfect.
Sure, but
which may never happen. Who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? But
oh no, I know.
I'm the biggest fan there is.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm definitely feeling on that. But I know you were a pass holder for many, many years. So let's just say that you were still a pass holder. Would you still be waiting a little bit?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Because again, I'm diabetic and I have underlying condition, and I don't want to risk, unless some kind of, you know, shot comes out or something that you can take at Walmart or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
But like once that comes out and things are back to normal and restaurants are open and sports is open and all this stuff. Once they're like, this is not just Disneyland. Like, I don't want to go to the movie theaters. I don't want to go to sporting events. I'm a big hockey guy. I love going to hockey games.
Awesome.
And I will not go. I'll just sit and watch it on the TV like a loser.
Who's your team?
Watch it's on TV. The Carolina Hurricanes and the LA Kings.
Interesting.
Oh, no.
Well, I mean,
that was like a surround sound of people. That was so bad.
Carolina Hurricanes is an awesome team.
No, that's okay. We were kind of going for the other
I don't mind them. Congrats on
I like them a lot more.
Well, good.
fair
Okay,
enough.
good. Then you get the pass because at least they won a cup. I mean, so do the Kings, but I'm not a Kings fan at all.
But it was really funny. I went to Carolina. Sorry to get off topic, but I went to a Hurricane games one time, and there was a guy in front of me, and he was wearing. I was going to see them play the Kings, and so the guy standing in front of me while we were going through the security gate was like, he was wearing a Kings jersey, and I alerted him that every single time I ever attended a Kings game, they lost.
Oh.
Every single time. So I was just warning him that, like, just so you know, I'm here, so they're probably going to lose. But now it's a good thing.
That's funny.
That is great.
And they did lose, so the
you
streak continues.
There you go.
I'm happy anytime the Kings lose. Yeah. I'm happy. Anyway, Sharks fans up here in the Northern California right now.
Yeah.
We're not going to talk about our team.
You guys are for the Sharks? Or?
Yeah, guilty.
Yeah, and we're not going to talk about our team.
Because I know my team will never win the cup. See, at least I'm a realist. I know my team will never win.
Anyways,
back to Disney.
Back to Disneyland. So I was talking to Udi again the other day about like this other scenario, and of course I always make up these scenarios.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if they let guests into the park like right now, but they have no attractions open for like a reduced fee, I would absolutely go.
I'd go.
Just to hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going regardless.
Yeah.
Oh, what about you? That's right. Just we haven't heard your take on it.
Well, we're all the thing is going on with
APs.
Daniel. We're all AP holders, so we have our flexibility is a lot easier.
As soon as I get because I'm off on Saturdays. I'm off on Saturdays and Sundays. I'm gonna go down on a Friday night. I'll go by myself if she doesn't want to go. I'm going.
Yeah. See, now I'm a little different. I don't have any health issues whatsoever, but
I don't think I do.
I think I'm gonna wait a cycle or two and just see how it all plays out. You know?
No, not if I drag you.
Oh, well, that's true. but you know, I guess if I had my choice, I would actually wait a month or so.
You won't have a choice.
Just to see how it all works out, because, you know, as like Daniel said, if they're going to sanitize every attraction vehicle after every ride,
it's going to be awful.
That's going to be ridiculous. But
I'm still going to do it.
Oh,
you know, my mind now is running on how it could work. But anyway, moving forward.
And that's the problem. And Daniel's right. Like, if they're going to have to sanitize after every time.
Yeah.
And if they're going to have to space you, like, oh, you've got
five. But you know, there might not be a lot.
No, go ahead.
I was just going to say there might not be a lot of people. You know,
that's true.
It might be the best time ever. You know, who knows? One of the things I thought I would hate is when I went with my daughter to the 24-hour thing. And I had the best time ever.
Oh, really?
With my daughter doing that. I had a great time. I'm like, there were people like sleeping in the cinema, Main Street Cinema, and I'm like, you're like, what are you doing? You're at Disneyland. Suck it up. You can handle 24 hours, man.
Go get coffee.
We did it. We crammed through. The only thing is when I was driving home, I started to fall asleep and I had to pull over.
Yeah.
Like into a parking lot of a McDonald's, like in like somewhere in Orange County, to take a nap because I wasn't making it.
Oh man!
But we did the whole 24 hours. Yeah. It was so fun.
I think I would do that.
Ever, so you never know.
Yeah, I would totally do that. Hot me up on coffee, and I would be running around like crazy. I mean, we already go for. I mean, as much as we can from rope drop to close. I mean, that is already 14 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would do it. I would totally do that.
I need my nap.
Yeah, you do, because you're a wuss, but that's okay.
No, I'm an old lady.
Oh, yeah, an old lady at 28.
Yeah.
Old lady at 28. You're so sweet, Mark.
Oh, yeah.
Calling me 28. Oh, my goodness. Knocking almost 5 years off. I love you.
Back at you.
Yeah, but okay. So now I'm going to ask the question: is what? Okay, because I know my feeling on it. Is there any scenario where you would not go back? That's my question. I know my scenario, which would be very, very extreme and has nothing to do with, illness and corona or anything like that. It's more of a different, like, a philosophical issue. Do you have one, Mark? Do you have an issue where you would, like, I'm not going back to the park? You don't mind. I told you mine. I'll say it right now, but, yeah.
Well, see that, okay, so I have the annual pass. When mine runs out, it depends on how much the price is going to be for that if I renew it. But are you asking me, like, right now, what is the scenario? Assuming I had to take it, right? Mm-hmm. Okay. Is there any scenario? Well,
the same goes for you, Daniel. So I'll let you think about that one too.
Well, to me, I think the health check, the fever check thing is a bit silly. I don't think it does anything. But that wouldn't keep me from going. It'd get me in a bad mood right off to begin with. But I think, is there any? Well, see, there's no fireworks. There's no parades. Even though I'm not a big parade guy, you still need to have those things. So if, like Daniel was saying, it was correct. If you're not getting the full experience, I don't think I really want to go and pay a regular price for that.
Right.
But you're not paying a regular price because you have an annual pass.
That was my question. You missed the question because you stepped away for a second. Yeah,
I had to fix my
But I mean, but again, on the same topic, if they opened the park up right now for like a discount with no attractions, but they had like food and drinks, I would absolutely go just to hang out and walk around and take in the sights and sounds.
Yep.
So that's my scenario. Is that if it's without everything there, it's just not the same thing for me.
Right, I feel you. What about you, Daniel?
I sort of have the same answer. It has to go back to normal. I mean, if they decided we're never doing fireworks again because they just don't want to have gatherings like that, because I can't imagine that scenario. But who knows? Who knows what's going to happen? And I mean, I would probably go back. I can't imagine a scenario where I absolutely wouldn't go back, but I'm going sort of on this hopeful assumption that things will at some point return to normalcy around here.
Yeah.
And when that happens, I'll be happy to go back.
Yeah.
And I want to go back. I miss it so much. I haven't been in a really long time. And it's been like almost 3 years. And I just miss Disneyland. And we've been to Walt Disney World since in between. Like, we went about a year and a half, maybe 2 years ago. Yeah, about 2 years ago, we went to Walt Disney World, and we had a good time and everything like that. But there's something about I want to go to Disneyland because it's more than just the park. It's seeing friends. It's just I'm more familiar with it.
Oh, dude, of course.
I like familiar. I like to be familiar with things, and I love Disney World, but it's alien in a lot of ways to me because it's so different and with magic bands and all kinds of weird stuff going on, and you can't like just say, you know what, I feel like going to whatever restaurant and having something to eat. If you're not booked like 6 months in advance, you're not getting in.
Yeah.
And that's kind of one of the things I don't like about Walt Disney World is just that aspect of it, of how you have to reserve everything so far ahead of time.
Right.
Again, my son's autistic, so because of that, we're able to get special assistance passes.
Okay.
So we're able to go on Pandora and fly to the Hippogriff or whatever that, the Banshee or whatever. We were able to get on that, but we were only able to do it because Aiden has a special assistance pass.
Okay.
And it's not like he cut or anything like that. It's just they write up a pass. They look at how long. 3 hours? Okay, come back in 3 hours, and you just do other things. It's like a fast pass.
Right. Gotcha. Okay.
But what's cool about that is that we're able to get that fast pass that day, as opposed to your choices are you wait for 3 hours in the queue, or you have to reserve your time 6 months ahead of time.
Oh yeah.
Or for a new attraction like that. At the time that was the hot attraction.
Right.
So that makes my son very happy that he's able to get us his pass. But I'd rather wait in line than him have to suffer through this. But it is sort of one of the things that we were able to do while we were there. So the Fast Pass Plus wasn't that big of a deal. But like we couldn't get like meal reservations or stuff like that because I'm so used to Disneyland where you can kind of just fly off the seat of your pants and do whatever.
Yep.
And there you can't.
Yeah, I think that is a good.
But it's still fun, and I love it.
Yeah.
It's Disney, and I have a great time. But it's just there's that aspect of it that's kind of like I wish I wasn't like that.
Yeah, and I think that is a good conversation to have. I mean, I can't talk because I've never been, and we're trying to figure out a trip to go. But yeah, I mean, hearing over and over and over again the differences between both parks, I'm like, yeah, why? That is what makes Disneyland so cool, I think. And I think unless you've been to both, you don't quite get it.
Right.
You know, I mean, maybe it's heightened. We understand what we have. We have kind of like, the luxury, the gold standard, the I don't know. I mean, Disneyland just, I don't know. The way everything runs and the way we get to work in the park and be in the park is really just amazing. And yeah, I mean, going back, I mean, we need to have it back. Any way you cut it, we need to have it back at one point or another. And I hope a lot sooner than later. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jess, do you have any scenario where you would not go back?
No.
Okay. Jess has 0. I only have 1. Yeah, I only have 1.
I'm intrigued because yours are usually similar to mine, so maybe you might change my mind.
Well, I'm going to go with the theme. We're going to go with the fact of like the temperature checks and things of that nature. I think at one point it gets a little too intrusive into you, and I think there's a line between what they need to know about you versus what, to get access. And so if they want to do a temperature check or try to do anything further, I'm not going to be very happy with that.
What do you mean further? You're going to have to elaborate.
I mean, there could be more. I mean, you would hope that they won't even do that.
If they're going to coronavirus test me, I wouldn't do that.
There you go. So like, oh no, you need a medical test or you need a card or, I mean, who knows? Right now we're in such a weird place, but I know there's a line where I won't cross and that's mine. Like I won't go in. Like I would be like, you guys need to go back to normal because this isn't normal. This is like, and new normal to me is not a thing. Right. I don't agree with it. I mean, some people are going to be like, oh, no, that's the way it is. I'm like, and maybe I'll fight it till my dying day, but no. Like, why do we need to have that? I think we're going to be fine. I think we're going to be okay. And the park needs a return. I think the park needs a... I mean, we can go back to when... what was it? What was the park that closed after the tsunami and the earthquakes?
You mean the...
In Japan? Wait, why can't I think of it?
Well, there's a Six Flags that's still like submerged in water.
No.
Really?
Yeah, it's gone. It's Six Flags.
No, in a Disney park, and they talked about it in the.
That was it Hong Kong Disney or something?
I think it was Hong Kong.
Hong Kong didn't get.
No, I can't. Why can't I remember? It was in the Imagineering story.
Yeah, that's right. They closed it.
And they closed it for 3 or 4 months, and then they opened it back up.
Oh, okay.
And then people came running back into, and then right now I feel like that is what would happen. I think if they reopen Disneyland right now, I think a lot of people are going to come to it because they're searching for normalcy.
Normality.
Yeah.
Escapism, yeah.
Oh,
And you don't want that. You don't want the outside world.
Tainted. Yeah. I mean, that's one of the reasons why we go in the first place, I think, to get away. I mean, I think, Daniel, you said it. I mean, we go to get away. We want to escape from the reality of the world and go to a place where everything's great. And it's a fine line, I know, for them as a company, but I'm like, man, we need to just get back in. And that's me being, anxious and whatnot.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, Shanghai is rumored to be opening soon. Mm-hmm. They've got some of the things in place, the social distancing markers and limited capacity, limited attractions they're going to have running. And I heard that they're doing testing for shows and parades and things like that. So they might be a test market for everything else.
Which would be great because that park is so open and so spread out.
Yeah.
There's so much room for people to... You're not going to be bunched. You're not just like this funnel of death.
Yes.
Kind of vibe.
That's right. Daniel, Jess actually has been to Shanghai Disneyland.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're jealous. We actually, what happened? We just got tired of her and we sent her on assignment to go.
And that worked out. It worked out nicely because I had no cell reception.
Hey, man, if you send me there, I'll I don't know. I'll do something.
Okay.
No, it's a cool park. It's a cool park, but it's very open and very spacious, and there's a lot of water and, parks and. You're not parks, but like trees, and just there's so much space to where everybody wouldn't be clustered that I feel like that's not a bad place to start. I feel like that might be a decent place for you to be like, okay, if we can practice social distancing, like this is the park to do it in. So I don't know. We'll see.
It's a different culture too. I think Chinese are more willing to play by the rules. And I think Americans are more like, America.
Yes.
America.
I like this guy.
I agree.
Like I think China is they're very polite. They wear masks anyway.
They do.
Japan's sort of the same way. You know what I mean? It's a different culture. But yeah, it's because of the nature of that park. It'll be interesting to see how well it does. And I don't know. Like if they do rules, if they do hardcore like, we're going to take your temperature type rules in China. Like, will that fly as much as in?
Oh, that will fly in China. Yeah, in China, I think it'll be fine. Here, no, like you're saying, this is America. We're going to be like, no.
No.
No. I mean, we are much more irreverent and rebellious by nature.
But wait a minute. How are they going to be checking our temperatures, by the way?
It would have to be a temperature gauge.
Okay, I thought they do some
on the
other
forehead.
way. Okay, I thought they were talking about some other method.
Oh, yeah.
Don't they have like these laser beams or something?
They do. They do. You can do it quite quickly. I use them at
laser
work.
beams.
No, they do. It is. I have them. I use them at work when we have to check temperatures on a high vent.
Okay.
It's literally a laser beam which you shoot into a surface and it'll tell you how hot it is. Yeah.
Yeah, but see, again, let's say it's like July 28th in Anaheim, and it's 8:30, and it's already like 90 degrees, right? And it's like we're waiting in line to get in.
People are going to be running warm. Yeah.
Yeah. So who knows, man? Who knows?
I mean, again, that is why it makes this topic very interesting, just where we are, because we don't know. So we're all kind of like flying around going, we don't know where we are, and it's very, very strange, I think. I feel very off about everything. Because, we've used Disney as I should be more specific, but I've used it as my base, like my home base. Like, this is where I go to reset. This is where I go to unwind. This is where I go to think about nothing but happy thoughts, and now it's been taken away.
Yeah.
And you're kind of like, okay, now how do I cope when one of my main coping mechanisms is gone? Very crazy. Yeah.
We talked to the fine folks over at the Diz Geek podcast for starters.
That is one. We sit around this table drinking and talking Disney. Yeah.
Yeah, talking Disney. So Daniel, best guess as to when Disneyland opens up again?
Oh my goodness.
That's a tough one.
I have a feeling it's not going to be summer.
Oh, it's not going to be summer. Okay.
I just have this feeling. Here the rules are pretty tight here, and they just told us the rest of the school year is off. So they're not going back to school anytime soon.
In California either.
And California is in worse shape than we are. And the rules are pretty strict here. And I don't know. I don't want to get into politics, but you have a governor who's just like, hey, man, we're going to ride this out as long as we can and make it sure that everybody is safe. You know what I mean? So I just feel like they're going to start slowly opening things back up. But then large gatherings are not going to be allowed to happen, and Disneyland counts as that.
Sure.
But then again, I understand they started some sort of like a focus group, or I'm calling it a focus group, but it's sort of advisory board or something, and Bob Iger's on it.
Yeah,
sure. I'm sure they're going to be trying to wheel and deal and get Disneyland open as soon as humanly possible. But I think that, like, the nature of Bob Iger too, I think he wants to do the right thing and make sure that it's safe for everybody. And I think that's what it boils down to, is what the government will allow and whether or not, vaccines and stuff. And my understanding is vaccines not going to happen until 2021, probably.
Yep.
I mean, I don't know. I don't follow it that closely, but I feel like that's what I've heard.
Yep. No,
So-
you're correct with that. Now, here's a question, kind of going off of Iger because you brought him up. And side note, what is your thought as to why he's back now? Yeah.
I think he's back because I think he's been in charge for so long, and I think he's in a place that what's his name? Baldy.
Chapek.
Chapek.
Yeah.
But Chapek, I don't think Chapek's there yet. It takes time to get groomed into a CEO position, I believe. And Bob Iger's just been there longer, and he's been there. He's done that. And I just feel like the board feels like, look, no offense to Bob Chapek, but I just don't think he's ready yet.
Mm-hmm.
And Bob Iger has that experience. He's willing to do it. And I think that's probably the main reason, is just simply because I just don't think Bob Chapek's ready. And I don't follow like Disney, executives close enough to know Chapek's shortcomings. I know a lot of people don't seem to like him. I know he raised the prices a lot.
Yep.
He sure did that, but any business is going to do that. So I don't know, man. I just think Eisner. My brain's not working. Don't bring Eisner back at this point too. Why not?
Frank Wells, right?
No, I just think Bob Iger is better suited.
Yeah,
Sure.
And that's kind of, I think, my feeling too. But with Chapek, the way I reference him is like every bad policy that you don't like from Disney lately, it's probably his. But anyway,
it's him.
Yeah, it's him. You're like, oh, that's I don't like that. I'm like, yeah, Chapek probably said let's do that. But no, I think you're right. I think that is one of the things. I mean, you get into what we're dealing with now, and you're like, okay, brand new guy, you don't know what you're doing yet, and now we have the calamity that we have no idea how to handle. And then, I mean, I think if I'm the board, I'm running back to Iger too. I'm like, hello, come on back.
Plus, I think Bob Iger was taking a little bit of heat for when he took off right before the coronavirus, which led to a lot of speculation of people saying, oh, wow, he sure picked a great time to leave. He must have known something. Or, you know, Disney was on top of the world, and then he retires, and then, like, the next day, boom.
Literally, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, and so a lot of people were going, oh, he must have saw, the wind or something like that, because he's like, okay, this is a perfect time to get out of here, so I don't have to deal with this.
Yeah.
But it turns out that wasn't the case. It was timing, and I think him coming back proves,
Yeah.
that wasn't his mindset. Getting around, of course, but no, he's serious and he wants to help the company.
Yep.
Yeah.
Because he sure doesn't have to.
He could ride off in the sunset and be fine.
Right.
Yep.
But I still think he's got like a vested interest in it. Yeah.
Well, I think legacy and what he built, and there's a lot of things that would bring him back, I think. I know I put myself in his shoes. I'm coming back.
Sure, I would too. Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay.
Because it's kind of been your baby for...
Yeah, I mean, you've toiled and worked hard and brought it to where it is now. And then, having something so random and out of the blue, like the Wuhan, and then you're like, oh, okay, like I'm not gonna let it, bring down what I built.
Sure.
So there's got to be pride behind it for sure.
Right.
I mean, a part of it.
So Daniel says sometime after summer. So sometime in the fall, then, you think, for the Halloween parties?
Hopefully.
Hopefully. Yeah, I'm thinking. See, Jess is saying no. I'm still holding through mid to late June. Is my guess. But number one, I have no idea what a daily annual pass is going to be like. Or a daily passport. Do they even call them passport anymore? Mm-hmm. Okay, like the daily park hopper ticket. Mm-hmm. How much is that going to be? Because is Disneyland going to be able
They
to?
won't discount it.
They will
won't.
not.
They may not.
It's going down.
Is it?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
But they need to recoup this money, right?
Yeah, but they're not going to recoup it by keeping the prices the same.
Okay, so they have to lower
They're
it down.
going to have to lower their prices.
Okay.
They're going to have to. If
Okay.
they want people to come back right when they open,
Yeah.
they cannot keep their prices the same.
Okay, this is where the debate comes in because then
You're
you think
debating.
about because then you go, okay, but we're talking about they're probably going to have to do a diminished capacity.
Of course.
You're not going to make your money back.
No,
Yep.
they're not going to make it back right away. They need to look at the longevity of it. They can't look at that initial 2-3 months trying to make the money back. They're losing $31 million a day.
Really?
I think that was the number that I read. It's like some astronomical.
The
amount of money.
company or just Disneyland?
The company.
Oh,
Because you have to look at all the parks closed.
Oh,
so not
geez.
just Disneyland. We're talking
Yeah.
all the parks.
Yeah.
It's some silly amount of money, but there's so much money that they're losing. They can't go for that quick punch. They're gonna have to go for the longevity of it. They have to try to get these people to come in and try to just bring in the little people. And
The little people.
Udi is smirking at me, and I don't know why.
because he thinks that they're gonna
I don't think we're gonna get a park until 2021.
I don't think the company can survive that.
No, it can't.
There's no way.
No, there's no way.
Daniel, what do you say,
right.
Daniel?
I hope you're right.
Well, okay, so I'm not gonna sit here and go I know more than you guys because I'm not gonna go there. But
you might.
I literally live and breathe this right now because you guys know what I'm into anyway.
Star Wars?
Yeah, I mean in real world. Real world.
Yes,
real world.
your construction.
Yeah, I do my construction, but
yeah,
I recognize my job is tied in with economy, with money being spent, people building.
You gotta stop bugging me. I'm not ready.
I need my charger.
Okay, it's right here.
Thank you. Are you muted?
No.
No. That's okay. I thought Daniel was stuck on us for a second.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, it was my daughter.
Oh, that's totally fine.
I'm trying to kick her out of here.
No, that was cute.
No.
That was cute.
No, that was awesome.
Yeah.
Oh, why, did you hear me yell at her?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We just heard, are you muted?
Yeah.
That was cute.
Oh, okay.
That was cute.
That's what's funny.
Yep.
But you know what?
No, but
Universal is still doing construction right now.
Well, okay. No, here's my point. My point. I live and breathe it every day. I'm looking at every number because my not only my income but my family's income, my brother is tied directly into what's going on right now. Yeah. So I feel like I need to be informed on what's going on. So that being said, right now the markers are in place if people want to listen to it that we will get a park back in July. Now
I hope you're right.
I know, but that's what I'm trying to. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That I think when you look at what's going on, and maybe it's me being optimistic and hopeful, but I think we will. I think there's a good standing to get the park back in some form around then. And so I'm going to go June, July. Yeah, I've been saying it. A lot of people are going "Hey, we're not going to get Celebration this year," and I'm like.
No, we're not.
I think we are.
No, they won't do
You mean the Star Wars Celebration?
They can't.
Why?
Oh.
Because of the social distancing. They're not going to be able
It's
to
going to be
that.
modified. Okay, because we're at
Sorry, Daniel, here we go.
No. I mean, we're at a point now. We're at a point now where the economy and without going too crazy into real world, it's going to start collapsing what we have. So if we don't get back to it in some form, we're never going to go back to it.
I don't think we are.
No. But I mean, the park will be gone.
Like, I know, and that's what actually I was telling him today. Yeah. I'm like, that's my fear is that we're not going to have that.
And this is where I keep on going with you.
Can I get a refund for my pass at least?
We're gonna get back to the park. I'm trying to be optimistic and like I get why people are not, but I'm trying to tell you I live and breathe it, and I'm optimistic. Going, oh no, we're gonna get it. Right. So I'm just trying to be like positive here.
I like the positivity.
I'm trying to be positive. We are gonna get the park back. We cannot not get the park back.
Could you imagine?
No, I can't.
Yeah, and you think of a world without that, and it's like, it doesn't
I don't know
exist.
what I would do.
You know what you do?
It would drive me mad.
We'd have to change the topic of our podcast.
Yeah, it's not going to be the LTP. We're going to have to think of like leaving today.
It's the Universal Geek Podcast.
I like
There you go.
I was thinking like the LFP, like the Leaving Forever podcast.
Leaving
like
Forever
we're never
podcast.
coming back.
Like we're never coming back.
Let's not go there. It's funny.
No.
I was listening to an older Diz Geek podcast this week because I work from home right now, and it's from like 2012 or something. And Daniel was going off about the tickets going, oh, they're going to raise the ticket prices to $85. That's an outrage.
And I was smirking because in my mind I'm thinking, as soon as Disney gets a hint of this going back and we're back to normal, man, the ticket prices are going to go like boom.
No, they're not because people don't have the money.
No, I'm talking like a year and a half.
Do you think those ticket prices are going to go up, Daniel? Or are they going to try to...
I think they're going to go up. I wouldn't be surprised.
Okay.
Disney being Disney.
Yeah.
They're known for like raising the prices and kind of like lowering the activities, I guess.
Chapek. That's Chapek.
Chapek. Yeah, but are you on board with what Jess was saying, where they should lower the prices initially to get people in, or do you think they're going to try to keep them a little bit higher to recoup?
I think they might just keep them the same. We might not have increases for a while.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to have increases.
We usually have these yearly increases, and sometimes they're marginal and sometimes they're crazy, and I just think I don't think we're going to see one.
Okay.
For the next like year or two.
I agree with
But
that.
I think they might keep the prices the same. Maybe they'll do coupon day or something.
Okay.
But if they have some sort of I like the idea of maybe they'll change it up if they don't have attractions initially. Like again, I think you might be right that because you're right, they have to reopen at some point or there won't be a Disneyland.
True.
So out of desperation, like I feel like as soon as they get an A-OK from the governor, they'll do it. And even if it's not the full experience, at least it's something. And, certain parts of the park might not reopen for a while. It might take time. We will have all these restrictions in place. And which the second question I have is I'm very curious to see how many people will actually go.
Right.
And now we know we have annual pass holders who will probably go. But what about, people who are from out of state or out of town or don't have annual passes? A trip to Disneyland sounds nice after a pandemic.
Sure.
So
yeah.
How many of those people are going to see what's going on over there and say, you know what, I'm going to pass? Because there's been times, even when I had an annual pass, when I knew it was going to be just hotter than Hades and it was going to be crowded, and I'm just like, you know what, not today.
Yeah.
And with everything that's going on, I feel like, I don't know, I had mixed feelings about it because earlier my thought was, well, if I know Disney fans, they'll show up no matter what. And that parks will probably be packed to capacity on the day they reopen.
Yep.
But at the time, I wasn't thinking, oh, they're going to reopen like, half-assed. I didn't think that. I thought they would just be reopened and that was the end of it. Like I wasn't thinking like they're going to have some sort of a phased reopening, kind of like what they're doing with all the different states and stuff, where there's going to be different phases of reopening a state. Same thing's going to be probably with Disneyland and all kinds of other, venues or whatever that's going to have mass amount of people, like movie theaters and sporting events and concerts and.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out.
Yeah, it's funny. You brought up an interesting point about when they open up, because as we all know, in 1955, it was the locals. It was people from Southern California that actually got that park established and going, and it wasn't until a little bit later that out-of-towners, out-of-staters picked up on it and actually saved up enough money to go. And it became what it is now. But it might just be that when they open, it's going to be the locals yet again to support the park and get it back up to where it was. And then, as you say, the out-of-town or the out-of-staters might feel comfortable enough to come back. So I think it's going to be up to the locals again. And this is why it's a beautiful thing that our park is such a a unique thing like that versus Walt Disney World. You know,
yeah, I mean, Walt Disney World is 100% tourist based, so
Yeah.
it'll be interesting. A lot of people from all over the world go there.
Right.
Yeah, and I think I made the comment to Mark that I don't think we're going to be seeing anything from outside of the continental U.S. for a while. I think most travel is going to be knocked off and cut off for a while anyway. And yeah, I mean, I think that Disneyland has a much better chance of thriving, basically because it is a locals park.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, and I personally feel like people from California and Southern California are going to flock back. I think they're going to go back because, I mean, they supported the park from the beginning, and I don't see that changing at all.
I agree. I agree. So, Daniel, if you could go tonight, what would be the very first thing that you would do?
If I could go tonight, I would ride Pirates.
Yep.
Heck yeah.
You would just walk straight over to Pirates and just get on?
Yep.
There you go.
Old school.
Old
and then maybe I'll see Galaxy's Edge because I haven't seen any of that yet.
Oh, boy.
Oh, yeah, you know, not giving away too many spoilers, but I know
I've spoiled myself. It's all good.
Okay. So this year has been fairly dismal for Disneyland, well, the world.
Clearly.
But I will say this: I am very thankful that we got to go on January 17th, opening night, or opening morning, opening day for Rise of the Resistance. It was a crazy day, emotionally crazy day.
And
Just a long day.
Long day.
But I'm so thankful we got to do that because it's going to mean something
Together.
together. And one of my daughters was with us, and a listener was with us, and it was great. And I'm never ever going to forget that. And that was the one that's been a great point of this year so far.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and you are. I mean, Daniel, I know you've spoiled yourself. I'm sure you've watched all the videos.
It doesn't do it justice.
But you are.
though.
I mean, you were just.
I'm sure.
You were just not prepared, no matter what it is that.
We should just go with him.
I would. My God,
that'd be a good
There
time.
for him.
I would
for
love to go with
emotional
Daniel
support.
Hale.
And I made the comment, like, I know I'm now where we are, especially now, how lucky I am.
Yeah.
How many times I've ridden it now? 7 times. And every time I'm like,
That's 6.5, Udi. Don't be going.
Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, you got evac'd.
Okay.
Okay. Get it right.
I would have been on there 7 times.
Okay.
I've been on the YouTube edition.
Hey.
And
Front row seat.
Yeah, but I mean, Mark, you're right. One of the highlight so far of the year. I think when we get back to the park by this year, I'm saying that now.
You will, yeah.
That will be my other highlight. Jess, you're more wrong than right. You know that, right?
I really hope I am.
Okay.
I really hope I am.
I'm looking at your track record over life.
So Daniel's going to walk right over to Pirates, very first thing. Jess, what are you going to do?
Pirates.
Pirates, Udi?
Hands down.
Oh, yeah, Pirates.
Okay.
Yeah.
First thing. I mean,
that's one of the things I miss the most.
Yeah.
You know, it's not been. I haven't been on that ride in years, and I haven't seen it with the new version.
Yeah. So yeah, he's
the,
got a lot.
The redhead or whatever.
I want to know what you think. It'll be curious because it's been up and down. I know I don't like aspects of it, but yeah.
But it's just like hitting that and that smell and just like that's like you breathe in, you're like, okay, yeah, I'm here. Like this is it. Like I'm here and I've got like my whole trip ahead of me. But that's like your like awakening kind of thing.
Maybe Disneyland will offer these open, like when they reopen, let's say if it is in June or July or whatever, maybe they will offer some sort of a discount for the first 3 months or something like that to get people to come back. And then after the 3 months, and they'll advertise it this way, like for 3 months, 50% off or something like that. Once this date hits, then it's back to the normal prices.
Yeah.
Like, you know how they enticed everybody to get Disney Plus because it was so damn cheap.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, to buy 3 years, which is what we did. But as soon as that 3 years is up, it'll be like, boink, they're going to raise the prices so fast on that thing.
Yeah.
What did you pay for 3 years?
$70, I think.
Was it? I didn't see that. I didn't
It was
know.
like It was for D23 members.
Okay.
Yep.
But and it was just an offer that they had where you could spend I think it was $115, and it was for 3 years.
I don't
It
even
may have been
think,
less than that. Something
I don't even think it was that
really
high. I don't even think it was that high. I think it was 70 or even 80.
Yeah, it wasn't.
Yeah.
I mean, my wife was willing to do it, so that tells me that
Heck
it wasn't
yeah.
that expensive.
And aren't you glad you did it though?
Oh yeah, I'm
mean,
really glad I did. I love it. I was watching it on day one.
Oh yeah.
And I remember saying to my wife, now that the Mandalorian season 1's over, they're going to raise the price before season 2 comes out. But I guess it doesn't seem like
they're not going to do it. Yeah.
Well, no, they can't now.
No.
Clearly.
Yeah. How excited are you for season 2 coming in October?
Say again?
How excited are you for season 2 in October of The Mandalorian?
Yeah, way earlier than I thought it would be. So yeah, I'm very excited for it. I thought Mandalorian saving Star Wars.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh. Yeah. No, I agree. And then did you also read the report that they've been working on season 3 already?
Yeah, I heard that too. Yeah, I'm very excited about it. I'm excited to see this behind the scenes thing that's coming out.
Oh my goodness, May 4th. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's going to be cool. You know, when Disney Plus first came out, the first thing I watched was Mandalorian, the first episode.
Yep, me too.
And the second thing I watched was The Rocketeer.
Yeah, The Rocketeer.
Because I haven't seen that movie in so long, and I saw it on the list, and I was like, I'm watching that right now.
The Rocketeer, yeah.
Yeah, and I've watched Willow, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. So, actually, I was listening to one of your older... I mean, again, I was listening to one of the older Diz Geek podcasts, and you had mentioned that you like to collect R2-D2.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So, dude, I was thinking about that because you will be spending, if your wife lets you, a lot of money at the droid shop because that thing...
I thought of that. I've thought of that a lot, and I'm like... Would I do it? I'm like, because I'm a cheapskate too, but I'm just like, I don't know. Those looks pretty dope, but I'm like, which one would I get? I like BB-8, but I think I would get classic.
Yep.
Well, you can actually build an R2-D2 there, right?
Oh, okay. I built one for my nephew for his birthday. I just happened to be going a week before his birthday, and you will definitely. I haven't bought. I've gotten lightsabers. And I haven't bought anything because I've been waiting to get a droid. And that is my next buy. You will love making the droid. You really, really will. The way they do everything there is so great, and I think you're going to want to do it. My opinion.
How much?
$100, $115.
That's it?
That is all.
Really?
Yep.
The lightsabers more?
No. The lightsabers more.
Oh, the problem's what?
Well, no, I was going to say the problem I have with stuff like this is that I've got to do it times 3.
Oh,
because if I want it, my son will want it, and then my daughters probably won't want it. Hopefully they're old enough where they're just like, that's dumb, Dad. So maybe my son and I will only do it, so that will only make it $300.
Oh.
To which my wife will just divorce me on this.
Oh no!
Oh yeah.
Do you get an annual pass discount on it, Udi?
Yeah, you do.
You do?
You do.
But not on the lightsaber.
Oh, that's good.
Not on lightsabers. No.
Not on the droids?
On the droid, yeah.
Sign me up. I want a BB-8.
All right.
Oh,
the BB-8 is hard to drive, by the way.
I don't
okay.
care. I just want Callie to play with it.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, see,
well, maybe when next time one of you guys goes, you could build one for me, and I'll
do
pay
it.
you.
There you go.
I'll do it.
Done. No, I want to do it.
Okay, Jess can do it. I actually FaceTimed my nephew.
Yes.
When I built it, so we built it together virtually. It was kind of cool.
Yeah, I just remember I was just hearing that and thinking, oh man, Daniel would absolutely just love to do that, spend time doing that.
And I have a feeling you're going to go into the droid factory and then just watch for a while because there are so many cool things in there. I mean, you're going to love it. You're going to love it.
Yeah, sometimes I try to get Tommy or somebody to send me stuff, but let's just put it this way. I'm still waiting for my Infinity Gauntlet popcorn bucket. So.
Oh.
Listen, if you need a popcorn bucket, I'm the person you got to get to.
Yeah, I mean, Jess has brought things from overseas, so
yeah. I brought back for one of our listeners the Tron popcorn bucket from Shanghai.
Yep.
I
Oh,
carried that. I
nice.
carried that sucker around for 2 weeks through like Tokyo subways and Okinawa subways and all this stuff, and then flights. And I brought it back though, and I think there were still popcorn kernels in
There
that
were.
sucker when I brought it back 2 weeks later. But you know what? It still works.
Yeah, and
That's how the virus started, right there.
That's how it was. It was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
You hush.
I'm,
Mark.
I'm giving Tommy a hard time, but he's a great guy,
Yeah.
and he picks stuff up for like lots of people sometimes, and so sometimes I feel bad for him. He's walking around the park with like 5 popcorn buckets, and everyone just scowls at him because they think he's going to be scalping it on eBay or something,
I know.
which he's not doing.
I know
He's
Mark and I would.
legitimately giving it to his friends, or spying them for his friends and everything from out of state. But it's funny. He took this picture one time, and he was holding like 5 R2D2
Oh my God.
popcorn buckets or something. What was that big? There was this popcorn bucket that was huge, and everyone was getting it. God, what was
The
it?
Oogie Boogie one?
Maybe. It was recent.
Oh.
Recent.
Was it?
I can't remember.
Or was it the Hatbox Ghost
They
one?
had a Hatbox Ghost. They
Oh,
had.
maybe it was that one.
I was going to say that one was big.
They had a Django Fett one, and
Excuse me?
no, Django Fett was a.
They had a Jango Fett?
Yeah,
I don't know who that is.
Oh, okay. Well,
the Mandalorian from the prequel.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
no, it's funny that you're talking about all these things that you're hoarding, because I think another podcast you're talking about how they had some special pins for the Haunted Mansion or something that you would go on, and every week they had like a released one.
Yeah.
And
I still have that.
But you were kind of worked up because you would go down every week and people were like getting them before you got there or something.
No, but what happened was I was talking about the Father's Day pin.
Oh, the Father's Day.
I would go on Father's Day because we ended up with this tradition with my kid where we went every Father's Day, and I got a special Father's Day pin.
Okay.
So one year I just tried to buy the pin like you do on Father's Day, and they were sold out already. And I was there relatively early. And then the cast member just kind of said, "Yeah, we sold out 3 days ago."
What?
And I said to the cast member, "You sold out of the Father's Day pin 3 days ago, not on Father's Day?" And he's like, "Yep." And I'm just like, why were you selling them 3 days? I mean, what the heck,
You should
man?
sell
So
them 3 days after.
Dude, you listen to the show more than I do.
Well, I know. It's I
Whenever
do.
I say boneheaded things, I know who to ask. Like, when did I say that? Because I don't remember. People say, "Oh, you said one time," and I was like, "Did I?" I don't remember.
No, I know. I don't know. I think there's like a certain period of your show that I think it's perfect. And I'm not sure what the years were or what the episode numbers were, but I don't know. It's just when you and Jay and your brother were on there, and and I think Tommy Pix was on there, and his son, and it was some pretty funny stuff that I just like laugh out loud. And I was laughing at you were gonna go to, I think, Carthay Circle for your birthday or something, and Jay had some elaborate like review of it, and you got
right.
all Did you end up going there for your birthday, or what?
I did. Yeah, I did end up going. It was just my wife and I, and we got the World of Color package. So it was kind of like this prefix menu.
Yeah.
So you just ate what they gave you.
Okay.
And it was really good, and I really enjoyed it. But yeah, he's very good at being able to describe like the food stuff and everything like that. And I'm more of like I liked it. You know, when they talk about on the food next, you're like, well, this meal has really good texture. So I don't even know what that means. I'm very simple.
Yeah, I think I am
those
too.
were good times. This show's lost its magic. I get it.
No, not at all. It's just a different kind of magic. I just, for me, that was like some of the funniest stuff, especially with your brother.
When I was going regularly and I was happy.
Oh yeah, true. I suppose. No,
Now I never go and I'm miserable.
Any plans?
I'm miserable for not being able to go. That's what I mean.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, are any plans to come back out here to visit, or?
We don't, not currently with everything that's going on. And I was hoping to get to Disney World or some sort of Disney park. this October because my birthday's in October.
Okay.
And I'm turning 50 this year, so
wow.
I wanted to do something cool. And I was hoping to go to the Star Wars Hotel possibly, but I don't think that's happening anyway, even without the virus. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, we don't really have any kind of concrete plans for anything at the moment. Plus, we just moved. We just bought a house, so we're like, we saved up a lot so that we can get furniture and stuff.
I definitely feel you on that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, awesome.
Because all of a sudden we have like a living room that we didn't have before, and now like it's empty. Well, right now it's full of boxes, but it will be empty.
Oh, nice. Are you gonna be able to put up a new studio for your show and everything?
No, it's in the bedroom like it was before.
Okay.
But the bedroom's like twice the size, and so what I'm able to do is if I'm recording and I'm able to finish, if I know it's going to be a late night, I can move all my stuff to a little downstairs where we have 2 floors now.
Oh,
so I can go to a little downstairs office, and I can record in there, and that way she can go to bed and I can stay up all night and it doesn't matter.
Awesome.
But see, throughout the history of this show, either in the early days when I lived in California, I was recording in the same room that my daughter's bedroom was in. So I always had to stop at a certain time because she would go to bed, or she would start to go to bed and she was like trying to go to sleep, and I'd try to try not to be so loud and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And then when we moved out here, I'm in the same room as my wife and record much later, 10 o'clock at night, like I said earlier. So my wife would want to go to bed, so she would know that okay, once every 2 weeks, she'll sacrifice and she'll stay up late so I can record.
Okay.
But sometimes we go on forever because we just chit chat and stuff. And so it takes a long time to get going. But now I'm in a situation where that's not going to be an issue anymore. I prefer to record where I'm at right now because that seems to be a great space. I have a lot of room and I can chill and hang out. But if I have to, I'm able to move now, which is awesome.
Oh, great.
So now it's just excuse me.
No worries.
So now it's just a matter of getting the guys together, scheduling that time, like we've always run into. But, hopefully it'll be a little bit easier now. A lot of people are, working from home these days. So hopefully we can get everyone together and record something. And hopefully I can come up with a topic because I have no idea what I'm going to do.
I know, right? Right.
Because I don't want to be like, there's that newsy part of my show where I'm just like, everyone knows what's going on. So, let's talk about something fun. Let's talk about something happy,
Yep, absolutely. So yeah, we just gotta get creative and get people on it because you know what I think. I just how do I even phrase it? Is that even I guess in times like this, people like to have their things that they're familiar with, and that's one of the reasons why we keep doing the show, even though there's not a whole lot of new stuff coming out. It's because people like to have that familiarity. Like, oh, okay, well, I know the Diz Geek podcast is going to come out every other week, or I know LTP is going to come out every other week, or I know something else. I mean, so I know that as a listener, I miss it when those things aren't there. And so I think that's
absolutely.
Yeah.
So, no, I know. I know. Like, I feel bad. Like, when I'm getting to these situations, family comes first.
Sure.
And I feel bad when these situations come up because I know I'm a listener of podcasts myself. And so I know if it doesn't come out, I'm disappointed. When Hollywood Babylon doesn't come out because Kevin Smith's doing a tour somewhere, it sucks. It's disappointing. So I know. I totally get it.
Yeah.
So I try to come back, but I would rather maybe space it out a little bit, but be on my game than just like, I got to do it. And then like the show just ends up not being as good because you just get it. Sometimes you get into the ruts. We're all human and sometimes you're just not up for it. And you're talking, and sometimes the show you can tell.
Yep. I felt that way before with us. Yeah. For me, like I just, cause sometimes it just takes a lot of work, man. As you
because it's also harder for me because I know it's just how I am is that when I finish an episode, I'm gonna edit it, and I edit it. I spend time on it. I don't just slap it up there and it's done. I spend a lot of time editing it and making it sound good and making it sound right. I can't tell you all the stuff that gets cut out, all the awkward pauses, all of the ums and all of the just weird stuff that end up in the show. And I get rid of all that, and hopefully what comes out is something that's tight and not a lot of, there's I mean, I'm human. It's going to happen. And sometimes I get a little lazy, and I leave some of that in because I'm just like, oh, like Tommy's talking, so I got a million coming up. But I do it too, you know. Yeah. Right on, man. I got busted for that one. But, you know, I try to put on a tight show, so I know that I'm going to spend the next, 3 hours, you know, the next morning or whatever, editing it. And so sometimes I'm just like, oh. That's why we're inconsistent. Sometimes it comes out on Friday, sometimes it comes out on Mondays. And it's just because on that Friday I'm too tired to edit, so I edit over the weekend. I give it a couple of days, and then I hear things I forgot about, or like, oh, I definitely got to get rid of that one.
Oh, yep, absolutely. Absolutely. Right on. Well, we've extended our time with you because you've given us an hour. We've a little bit over, so I want to be respectful of your time. So I just want to say thank you for hanging out with us this evening.
Thank you.
It's been a real...
Thank you for having me. I love coming on. It's a blast.
Of course.
Yeah, it was good.
Any time, man. You want to talk? Just let us know, and we will have you on. But yeah, it's been like a real treat for us, and I'm just very happy to hear your thoughts, and hopefully you're wrong when they open. Hopefully it's sooner. Yeah.
We'll see.
I'm going with sooner.
All right. Yep. Okay, we're not going to start that conversation.
Okay. Oh, you got our shirt okay, right, Daniel?
Yes, I do. My daughter wears it all the time. My kids raid my T-shirt.
Oh, I love it.
Because I have cool pop culture T-shirts.
Okay.
And they don't, so they come in and they take my stuff.
I love it.
So when you see pictures of my kids, they're always wearing my T-shirts. Even my daughter, she's 16. She comes in and I'm like, hey, you know what? You're going to sit there and talk about how square I am. Guess what? You're wearing all my clothes.
I love it. Love it.
Love it.
But one of them that my youngest daughter wears all the time is the Laughing Place one. Not the Laughing Place, the Leaving Today podcast.
Oh, I love it.
Perfect.
It's awesome, and she wears it all the time.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah, beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, absolutely. All right, guys. Oh, sorry, guys. All right, Daniel. Well, we look forward to hearing your next episode. And ours will come out pretty soon. This one will. But again, thank you so much for hanging out with us tonight. It means a lot to us.
Yep,
Yeah,
thank you very much.
All right, sirs. Talk to you later.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Right, bye.
All right, have a good evening.
Right,
You too.
You too.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh my gosh. All right. So what a show this has been. It's going to be a little bit longer, I know. Thank you so much for hanging out with us for these couple hours. It means a lot to us. I'm still trying to listen to we got Dan from Colorado. We've got Daniel from the Diz Geek podcast. So it's been a really good show. We've gone through all the spectrums of emotions here tonight. As we do say, per usual. But I just, again, the show means a lot. I mean, it means a lot to me that it impacts you guys. Like you would have no, I don't have words for it.
Yep.
But again, thank you so much for listening tonight. We got episode 108 coming up in a couple weeks. What it's going to be about, I don't know yet, but we'll figure it out.
Possibly restaurants.
Yeah, it could be restaurants. Oh, you know what?
Dan does have a good idea, yeah.
Dan has a good idea. We have another interview coming up. Probably we got him. We're going to talk to our LTP Hideaway bartender because, as you know, when you get to LTP status, you have your own bartender, right? I mean, that's just how it is. So,
That's accurate.
Boys and girls, if you want to have a podcast out there, eventually you will need a bartender. That's how it goes. So. That's how it is at the LTP.
Yep.
So, Jess, where can people find you?
That's a great question, Mark. Let's see here.
Question mark.
Question mark. Let's see. My Facebook is Jessica Farfan. Our Facebook podcast page is Leaving Today Podcast, 2 words, Leaving Today Podcast. And then let's see. My Instagram is Storybook Jess, and my Snapchat code is somewhere way at the bottom of that.
Okay.
I don't tweet, so that's it.
There you go. Udi for more witty banter.
You can find me on all of my socials, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, all GOALIE, haxgoalie. And you can find me on my other show, The Mando Show, which we will be recording tomorrow because the Clone Wars is getting good, y'all. Oh my gosh, we're coming to the end of it, and woof, wow. Anyway, yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Yep.
Awesome. You can send an email to the show, which comes to me at info@leavingtodaypodcast.com. You can follow us on Instagram at Leaving Today Podcast. And as you know, that's the same thing as Jess said. Again, shout out, special thank you to everyone who contributed tonight. The three listeners who sent in their stuff. Dan from Colorado, of course. Dan and Daniel. Yes, it's been a good show tonight. So you guys mean everything to us.
Yep.
We will continue to do this, and we really hope to see you guys in the park soon.
Very soon.
Yes, and it'll be a wonderful time.
Yep.
All right, until then, see you later.
Bye-bye.
See ya.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, Disneyland is now ended its normal operating day. We hope you enjoyed your visit to the Magic Kingdom and that the memories you've made will bring you back again soon.
No, I will give you one.
Not that one. Pick a different one. You have to give me two.
Nope.
One from the back. God, you're so slow. Baby, that looks better than mine. Nope.
Let me see it.
Nope.
Let me see it.
You know, if I take it off, it locks and no one can touch it.
That's fine. I'm not gonna. You don't have to take it off.
Oh my God, but you
Yeah.
make me hot. It's so close, I can feel it.
Kitty.
It's like a breath of fresh air.
Boy, was my face